ESPN on ABC.
0-0 for 60 minutes. What team?
Felt so good, like anything was possible.
Go out there, have fun, ball out.
The opportunity you have, man, respect it. Be in the moment and communicate.
I'm running down a dream.
Tennessee's off to the races.
Coming to say mindset to keep our foot on their throat.
Running down a dream.
Charlotte, North Carolina. A spectacular night for football. The temperature is just perfect for a rare showdown between two teams not separated by too much distance, but a lot of history between the two, just not when they clash. Tennessee and North Carolina State. Welcome to the Duke's Mayo Classic. This is Saturday Night Football presented by Capital One. You'd think these two would have run across each other a little more often. It hasn't happened a lot. Glad to have you with us. Reese Davis, Kirk Herbstreit, Chris Fowler's covering the U.S. Open. He will be back next week. These two teams are going to try to prove something, and if we've learned anything today so far, it's that you just don't know this early in the season.
Man, gosh, we just saw Notre Dame last week against Texas A&M, and Kyle Field thought, boy, they found a way to win. Now they're going to really take off, and we're just all reminded once again, you never assume anything in college football. Northern Illinois showed up. Notre Dame maybe looking past Northern Illinois, and they take an L. First one of the year.
But you know what? The fans clad in big orange here in Charlotte tonight, they have a major reason to believe and a lot of optimism, and his name is Nico Iamaleava, one of the highest touted prospects at quarterback, dominated 7-on-7 in pajama pants, made a first start in the bowl game last year, won that. Led them to a bowl win, first guy since Peyton Manning to do that as a freshman. And in the Smoky Grays against Chattanooga, he was spinning the beam, went for 3 bills last
night. Well, Iamaleava is a quarterback that came with huge credentials out of high school, as you just documented. And I think the anticipation's been great. We saw him in the Iowa bowl game last week against UT Chattanooga. But I feel like this stage and this opponent really is going to give us an opportunity to see what he's all about. Josh Heupel has a very complicated offense, the way they attack downfield. They challenge the defenses, and here comes Dave Doran, a very chip on his shoulder kind of head coach, defensive-minded head coach, welcoming the opportunity to try to prove people wrong today.
A little bit of a different style of defense that Iamaleava will see maybe for the first time in his career. But Grayson McCall of North Carolina State, he's seen just about everything. Played high school ball not far from where we are. Indian Trail, about 21 miles from Charlotte. Not highly recruited. Went to Coastal Carolina. Started 40 times. Threw for 10,000 yards and won Sunbelt Player of the Year 3 times. And last December, transferred here. And they think that he might be the guy to get them over the hump. 10 wins. Conference championship contention.
Don't take that lightly. A 3-time conference player of the year, 41 career starts. We've really been marveling about his skill set over the last few years, and now he gets into the big boys conferences with North Carolina State, and he's going up against Tennessee. I think you're going to see contrasting styles. North Carolina State, they want to pound the football. Maybe some extra linemen, try to wear Tennessee down defensively, and also keep Nico on the sideline with all that ability.
It has been a wild day in the sport. We will document some of it coming up in a matter of moments, and closing in on kickoff between the Big Orange and the Wolfpack here on Saturday Night Football.
The Nissan pregame drive is next after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Derrick Henry.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I saved so much bundling, it inspired my workout. Auto! Home!
Okay, and this is auto again, right?
Auto!
Hey, this is my living room.
Home!
Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan.
The dog isn't allowed on the couch, Derrick.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
My name's Morgan Guillory. I'm a single mom with an IQ north of 160. Helping the cops solve a murder is literally the easiest part of my day.
I see you brought your child with you to a crime scene.
Got a dead body. Gotta go.
Artificial intelligence is here.
How are we even supposed to know what is real and what isn't? Can we trust it? I've gathered some of our country's leading experts to answer all of our questions. It's happening faster than you guys thought.
Absolutely. It's hard to say where all this can go without sounding like a crazy person.
When the head of the FBI says some things very scary, that makes me feel like there's some things very scary. AI and the Future of Us, an Oprah Winfrey special, Thursday on ABC and stream next day on Hulu.
Let go of your butts.
Oh, it's about to be a party in here. BetMGM's got all the sports betting in one place. And it's live, baby. Ooh, we're placing money lines in real time. We got second half spreads and third set winners as they happen. Overs hitting in extra innings. Live is where the action is at. Can we get these people a promo? There it is.
He shoots, and he scores!
How long has it been since you took time out to be you? To explore your twists and turns and move to the beat of your own drum. Here in Asheville, we boldly flow in our own direction. We build, we brew, we paint, we carve. Together we create sparks, friction, energy. Our goal isn't to be perfect. It's to be perfectly who we are, deeply rooted and ever evolving, drawing you in and calling you back again. Now's the time to connect on a higher level. Always, Asheville.
Sports Extra presented by Shift 4, Sunday nights at 10:35.
Game Drive. Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy.
Had some down-to-the-wire thrillers, major upset that Kirk talked about with Notre Dame losing, but our day on College Game Day started in Ann Arbor. Two of the four winningest programs in the history of the sport, Michigan and Texas. Horns go to work, Quinn Ewers, Gunnar Helm.
Man, what a difference having a veteran quarterback in that atmosphere. Steps up perfectly here, finds Helm in the back there, off that scramble. Texas taking the crowd out early in the game.
You love the running back, the depth. Texas has had some injuries at the position. Jarrett Gibson goes in.
Even Blue was walking around, looked like a little gimpy. They go to their fourth and even fifth back did it.
The aforementioned Jaden Blue taking in the touchdown pass. Texas had a 31-6 lead in the Big House, and Davis Warren struggled against his Texas team.
We knew that the Michigan offense would have their hands full against Texas. We thought maybe the defense could keep them in the game. Just give really Texas all the credit. This isn't what's wrong with Michigan for me as much as what's right with Sark and that Texas team right now.
31-12, the nation's longest winning streak comes to an end. So tonight, Tennessee hoping to be the other UT to step up and get a big win in the non-conference. Nico Iamaleava spent a little time wearing a microphone for us this week.
Bro, no. It's back first. It's back.
No, it's not, bro.
Hey, I gotta keep my calories up. They got all this healthy. They gotta bring the gushers out, man. Some gushers. I'm just trying to practice some good habits. I really wanted that back shoulder. I thought we could get that. So it's J-A-C-O-B. So how do we get Jake?
Dude, I don't know.
J-A-C-E? We should call you Jace.
No.
Yeah.
He's a new Jake.
Nico, a quiet guy, but players drawn to him. It's the reason the Big Orange believes in him. Tennessee just taking the field here in Charlotte, moments away from kicking off against North Carolina State. This has been the Nissan pregame drive. Kickoff from Charlotte is next. After these messages from Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy.
The thrill of finding your path with the Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek.
Okay, everybody got their Dos Equis playbooks? Good. There's only one play. Go for Dos. That means when we get a chance to go big, we take it. Let's roll some tape. 2 seats in an okay position, but the front row would be a huge score. The usher is playing lockdown D. Watch how they execute. With the Dos Equis vendor as lead blocker. Sneak, scramble, take it to the house. Flawless. That's how you... Go for Dos! Go for Dos!
Electrified. Hanguk Tire.
You know why I love Halloween?
Why?
People give me Kit Kats for free.
Son, you're 8. All your Kit Kats are free.
Happy Halloween! Have a break, have a Kit Kat.
At Cracker Barrel, there are no breakfast rules because breakfast rules all day long. Like our decadent new French toast bake, topped with our famous fried apples. So come in anytime, and we'll break out the breakfast.
The new 12-team college football playoff begins December 20th on ESPN.
That's how I get by. Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down.
This is Nico, number 8, and already anointed as the quarterback who will lead Tennessee back to the college football mountaintop.
Touchdown for Iamaliava. It's turning into a coming-out party.
Iamaliava's certainly not the first teenage quarterback to feel the weight of Rocky Top on his shoulders.
Manning going big to the corner. Touchdown, Tennessee.
But this is Tennessee. We don't hide from leadership. We volunteer. The North Carolina State Wolfpack also knows big-time QBs. Now, Grayson McCall has arrived to try and follow in their cleat steps.
McCall shoots it end zone. Touchdown.
The promise of greatness is over. It's time to deliver.
No, I won't back down.
Special thanks to our good friend Peyton Manning for doing that tease for us. Saturday Night Football here in Charlotte. Tennessee, North Carolina State, the Volunteers donning those stormtrooper look uniforms, a sweet all-white look against the red. And there is the winningest coach in Pack history, Dave Doran, who's with Holly Rowe.
Coach Doran, your quarterback, has a lot of experience, but this will be his first time facing an SEC defense. How can he succeed tonight?
Grayson's a really good football player. It's about us. It's not about the opponent this whole game. We got to go out and execute, play with great fundamentals, and play as a football team.
Their tempo can be a challenge. How will your defense find a way to balance that out?
Well, you can't let them repetitively get first downs. You got to have success on first and second down to set up third downs that are manageable on our end and get off the field when we do that.
All right, you've got a special fan tonight that's giving you good luck, Leonie Vanderwoody. Tell me about her.
Yeah, 105 years old this week. We call her Moo. We love you, Moo. Happy birthday, 105 years.
That's your mother-in-law. I figure that's good mojo, Coach. Thank you.
That is a wise man right there. Always be kind to the mother-in-law.
Oh, yeah.
And happy birthday, 105 years old.
That's great.
Fantastic. Hope she enjoys the game tonight. Tennessee won the toss. They defer, so North Carolina State will go on offense first. The Wolfpack won their season opener against Western Carolina. A little tougher than anticipated. Volunteers come in after blowing out Chattanooga. So this really the first heavyweight on heavyweight test for these two teams. Volunteers lining up to kick it off. Their kickoff specialist is Josh Turbyville and Hollywood Smothers from here in Charlotte. One of the deep men back for North Carolina State. Just about set to go from Charlotte. kickoff through the end zone. They'll start on the 25. Grayson McCall, the standout quarterback from North Carolina State, started his career at Coastal Carolina last year, took a vicious, nasty hit in a game against Arkansas State. That turned out to be the last he would play for the Chanticleers. There was question about whether he would be able to continue his football career. Fortunately for him and the Wolfpack and college football, doctors cleared him. So here comes the transfer who's thrown for more than 10,000 yards in his career.
Yeah, anytime you have as much experience as Grayson McCall, and again, I don't care what level, it allows you to be able to process things pretty quickly. Likes to work the middle of the field, that second level between the linebackers and safeties quite a bit.
McCall's first pass is complete, and it goes to Casey Concepcion, and he is a star in the making. Wide receiver, had a great opening week last weekend.
If he's not already a star, Casey Concepcion is special. You'll see them find different ways to get him the football. Jordan Waters runs with anger in that backfield to transfer from Duke. Keenan Pili, it's great to see him healthy from BYU, out after one game a year ago. And then maybe one of the best pass rushers in all of college football, 27 off the edge, James Pierce.
And Kirk, that volunteer defensive line so deep. They may rotate as many as 12 guys tonight, and they feel good about all of them. And that defensive line is right in there making its presence felt as Waters, the transfer from Duke, is swarmed under first by Pierce.
Yeah, Pierce was on a twist. He actually chases this down from behind. Really, the front side of that defense does a really good job of being stout there. It's going to be tough. NC State, again, they want to run the ball. The challenge, the strength of the Vols defense, as you just said, is the D-line. The Vols breaking in 5 new starters on the back end. The 2 corners, the 2 safeties, and the nickel are all brand new to becoming starters. So if there's one area you want to attack, you would think it's the back end of this Vols defense.
You also want to possess the ball to keep Tennessee from having it. So already an important third down, play clock. They just get it off. McCall fires, got the first down, is complete. It's Concepcion again. And KC in the opener had 9 catches, 121 yards, scored 3 touchdowns.
Jolie works vertical, which opens up a nice little seam right here. But watch the head of the veteran quarterback. McCall looks right, patient, didn't panic, stayed in the pocket, came back, and then finds his favorite target, Concepcion. Very good sign. And again, falling back on that experience, not worrying about after his primary wasn't there, trying to panic and scramble and trying to create. Just sat in that pocket, worked the backside, and got the first.
Another throw, another completion, and they get it to Concepcion. You know what? I asked Robert and the offensive coordinator, I said, how many touches you want to get KC in this game? He said, oh, about 85 would be nice. They're off to a good start.
Yeah, hey, just get him the football. Like we said, you're going to find the quick passes. We've already seen him getting his touches, jet sweep, anything again, because it's not just the quickness. I think he brings a certain amount of physicality, almost like a running back that's out there playing wide receiver.
Second down and 4 now.
One heavy to the right there with McCabe in it at tight end, a 300-pounder.
Converted from offensive line. They fed it. And oh, he almost fed that thing in there to the big fella, Justin Jolie. Jolie's a transfer from UConn. Had a big game against the Vols as a Husky last year.
Watch the linebacker here and his eyes when it comes to this play action. Starting to peek a little bit into the backfield, and that allows him to try to go up and over that linebacker. So that's a challenge for these backers against a team that's known for their ability to run. You got to be careful looking into the backfield because McCall, again, very, very dangerous off that play action game.
On the first third down, McCall was able to find Concepcion. Let's see what they do on 3rd and 4. Good protection. Grayson puts it in there. It's complete, and this time it is Dakari Collins making his first catch of the night, and the Wolfpack move the sticks.
And Dakari Collins wins this at the line of scrimmage. The ball is thrown behind him, but Jermond McCoy is not able to win at the line of scrimmage. Watch him get inside and get separation. He's a big receiver, uses the other receiver to kind of create a little bit of a rub to give him a chance to get underneath that. Great call. Ball is tipped. Good concentration to hold on to that by Collins. I like that call there, using that rub against man.
Grayson now rolling to the right. He flips it out and gets it complete for a short pickup as Hollywood Smothers makes the catch. I'll tell you what, this offensive line is protecting Grayson McCall. They've been around for a while. Anthony Belton on the left side, a graduate. All the graduates here. He started 28 games, and you see the guy inside, Timothy McKay, 43 games. A lot of playing time up front.
And Dave Doran telling us this week that I think the game will be won or lost in the inside with the center and the two guards against this big physical front that Tennessee has. So far, NC State's going to be very happy with this mix-up of play calls, formations, doing a really good job on the attack here.
Also held the ball for 4 minutes. Smothers slips one tackle in the backfield, and there's a flag down on the far side of the field. This Big Ten officiating crew working the game tonight in our first flag.
Boy, how about Bryce and Eason that time blowing up a double team, just got right between them with his strength. That's exactly what I was just talking about, what Dave Doran's concerned about.
Defense number 90, lining up in the neutral zone, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
So Dominique Bailey on the edge lines up. The play was made really more in the inside. He's out here. Watch this split of the double team. He ends up getting just a foot to slow him down, but does not matter with the balls lining up all sides. It'll put the NC State at second and really short. See if they try something here, maybe take a shot. Second short plus territory. See if you can get downfield, especially against man coverage.
And the two tight ends flexed in. They'll keep it on the ground, and there is nothing doing, as the first guy to hit him was the guy wearing the green dot, was Keenan Peely.
If you're a Tennessee fan, this is what you want to see. His ability to get downhill in a hurry. Just talked about his eyes in the backfield. That time there's no chance that tight end 47 McCabe trying to come around to be able to pick him up. Kind of a counter play, slow developing. But when you have a linebacker like Peely gets downhill that quickly, play has no chance. Good job of reading his keys and shooting into that backfield.
Run defense, the Tennessee front is winning at the moment. Waters 2 carries for -6 yards, but Pack effective with short passes. See if they have another third down conversion in them. They do. Same guy who got the last one, Dakari Collins, made the catch, took a big hit in there, but it's another first down for the Pack.
Again, 15, because he played against Tennessee last year when he was at UConn. He's got the defense's attention, and they got 2 guys that are worried about him to the outside. Boy, big hit there by Peely there. Physical, but an outstanding job, Reese. You talked about 3 of 3 now on third down, working the clock. It's exactly what they wanted to do against Tennessee, keeping Nico on the sideline.
It's going to be the 10th play of this opening drive, Kirk. McCall has it deflected again. Second time tonight that someone's got a hand on it. This time Omari Thomas did it.
Big boys in the interior. They rotate 4 different bodies. This time it's Omari Thomas, 21, gets the right hand up there, times it up perfectly. You'll see Bryce and Eason, who we talked about earlier. Omar Norman Lott, 55. Elijah Simmons, 10. Really, the into the teeth of that defense is the strength, and you put Peely, 11, right behind those 4. They're tough in the interior.
Wesley Grimes has come off the sideline. He's in the slot inside Concepcion. That's at the top of your screen. Play clock now at 3. And North Carolina State will use a timeout. But they've held it for nearly 6 minutes. They've inched it into Tennessee territory, and the Wolfpack will try to keep the drive going when you come back to Charlotte.
Welcome to Sapphire Lounge by the Club. This is more than a place to hide away before you get away. It's a main course before the main event. It's the best seat before boarding. It's a real reason to arrive early. This is what an airport lounge is supposed to be. Chase Sapphire Reserve. Make more of what's yours.
Arby's is full of choices. Quick, you can get your favorite stuff 3 for $5.
Pretty good.
Incredible value for a limited time. Reach in and eat whatever you grab. Arby's, we have the meats.
Allergies? With Allegra, they won't stop me. That's because nothing beats Allegra for the fastest, non-drowsy, 24-hour allergy relief. Choose Allegra.
Michelob Ultra, superior like beer.
I can't believe you corporate types are still at it. Just stop calling each other rock stars.
And using Workday to put finance and HR on one platform? Tim, you are a rock star.
Using responsible AI doesn't make you a rock star.
Kinda does.
You are not rock stars. Okay, most of you are not rock stars.
Ooh, data-driven insights and large language models. Oh, that's so rock and roll.
It is, right?
You get it, yeah.
Why pay too much for cable TV when it costs less for Fubo TV? Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love for the price that cable can't beat. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
On a hyped-up Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
All aboard the hype train. We're going all the way. Woo!
I heard this hype train runs an ice-cold Dr. Pepper.
And the hopes of overly optimistic fans. Hey guys, check out my new tattoo.
We are so winning it all.
Even the national media agrees.
And they're never wrong about anything.
Oh, wait.
Our quarterback got injured in practice.
Okay, everyone off the hype train.
Well, that didn't last long.
College football, it's a Pepper thing.
The Emmys, television's biggest night, is coming to ABC.
I love this part. And the Emmy
Goes
to...
I'm a winner, baby!
The Emmys, live Sunday, September 15th on ABC.
Capital One cardholders can get their own rewarding performance when they redeem their credit card rewards for tickets to exclusive events and experiences on Capital One Entertainment. Scan the code on your screen to learn more. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Opening drive of the night from Charlotte. North Carolina State about to run its 11th play. They're a methodical team. Look at the time of possession the last couple of seasons. Tennessee moves fast, and they snap the ball quicker than anyone. North Carolina State average time between snaps among the 20 slowest in the country. So we'll see who can impose their will in that regard tonight. McCall running out of time, and McCall goes down. That pressure coming. Omar Norman-Lott, their best interior pass rusher, gets to him.
Yeah, he does a great job of complementing the speed they have off of the edge. He's right inside here. Don't worry about 19 and 27. You better be ready to deal with 55. They go back to the matchup. How will North Carolina State hold up with the center and the two guards? Omar Norman-Lott that time reminding us again what kind of quick twitch he has for a guy that's 315 pounds. Had 5.5 sacks a year ago. By far their best pass rusher inside.
They need 17 now on third down. McCall throws to the outside, and Tennessee coverage was very strong, and McCall had to get rid of it. He was looking for Wesley Grimes out there. Jamad McCoy on the coverage.
And look at this again. He didn't get a sack, but this is called affecting the quarterback. Rushing 4, playing zone. Eyes are on the quarterback, and look at that. You're McCall. You're dealing with Pierce and the big fella Norman-Lott there. That is a lot. He's lucky he got that ball off and almost converted there on third down, and a long way to go. The Vols defense steps up.
So Caden Noonkester will try to pen Tennessee deep. Squirrel White, dangerous return guy, is back. Squirrel clearing everybody away as the ball goes toward the sidelines, and the punt is out of bounds. And when the Volunteers take the ball on offense, you'll get a look at Nico Iamaleava, young star quarterback for the Big Orange, when you come back.
Progress. Moving in a positive direction. We all want our lives to do that. Why is progress also in our name? We've always believed insurance should do more. That's why we've gifted over 1,000 vehicles to veterans, funded housing programs for families in need, and why we're working to make roads safer.
You're doing good.
And housing more fair. For us, that's real progress.
People always say,
it is what it is.
Until it isn't. Remember before AI when you had to type to search? And when you couldn't ask your phone to do this?
Put these restaurants on a map.
Huh. What about taking a photo and reimagining it? Man, remember when all phones pretty much did the same stuff? Until they didn't.
Get the all-new Google Pixel 9 Pro phones at googlestore.com.
All right, here we go.
No. What's my next step?
You break it, we take it.
We can take it.
Trade in any phone in any condition at Verizon for the new Google Pixel 9 with Gemini.
Give me a recipe with these ingredients.
Let's do that.
Only on Verizon.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
Hey, that's great. But who are the chefs?
Rookie mistake?
Great googly moogly.
Maybe you just need a Snickers.
At Papa John's, we start with better. Like our fresh, never frozen dough made from 6 simple ingredients. And our dough can save you dough. Get 2 or more Papa Pairings favorites for just $6.99 each. Order now on the app from Papa John's.
Thanks. What'd you get?
Oh, I got another double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double hot, double calf, double sweet. Hey, did you know that Discover doubles your cash back at the end of the first year?
You are cut off.
You earn, we match.
Debbie.
Unlimited cashback match.
Nico Imalilava. Lima Lueva.
Mr. Iamalea.
Iamalea.
The correct way to pronounce my last name is Iamalea.
Iamaleava. Full confession time here. When he signed, I learned it wrong, and it's taken some undoing in my mind. And there, Nico's parents. Nico is one of 8 children, 7 siblings, 5 sisters.
Yeah. What do you say? Third oldest?
Yep. Third oldest volleyball player. Says, I thought he was going to say his sisters were tougher on him than anyone, but his dad.
He wasn't just a volleyball player. He was
a stud volleyball player. Tennessee opens on the ground. They give the ball to Dylan Sampson. Sampson had 124 yards, 3 touchdowns last week against Chattanooga.
So for all the talk about Iamaleava and this offense, don't forget, it still starts with the Vols and this offense ability to run the football, to set up their pass.
Now Nico will throw it, and had a little collision there involving Chris Brazel, who went down in double coverage from the deeper guy. The ball fell harmlessly between the two. So now it's 3rd and long, and this is what North Carolina State wanted, to try to slow this tempo down, not get him in 3rd and short, not let him move the chains quickly. There's Tony Gibson.
Yeah, Tony Gibson, the defensive coordinator, has brought this 3-3-5, 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs into Raleigh over the last few years. Get more speed on the field, disguise, and attack.
Iamaleava needs 7. Feeling some heat. He's athletic enough to get out and run. He turns the corner. He's got a first down. And Nico moves the chains. Chased out of bounds by Jihad Carter, a pickup of 12.
Well, this is a great idea of how fast this young man is at quarterback. Look at this linebacker safety just sitting right here in position. 2 of them, in fact, and those long strides just outrun it.
Snap it quickly. Sampson finds a hole on the right side. And now Tennessee can get moving because they've got another first down, another 12-yard gain.
Well, it's hard to show replays because they go so fast, but take my word for it. Cooper Mays, the leader up front, just buried an NC State defender into the ground to open that hole up perfectly.
Tennessee's slowing down because Sampson has to get his shoe back on.
It's about the only thing that'll slow him down.
Maliava looking pressure from the backside. He slips away. Nico gets up to the 45, and he took a hit there from Caden Fordham. Fordham, who was ejected for an early targeting call. They really need him in the middle of the first game. They need him in the middle of that D.
Yeah, he's the leader, and with obviously Peyton Wilson onto the NFL meant so much to this defense. He becomes the guy that has to get this defense right. You're right, they survived last week without him. And number 10 is the quarterback of the defense. Great coverage on this last play to allow the pressure to eventually get to him. Love the communication by the Wolfpack defense.
2nd and 7. Buying a little time. And Iamaleava will be spun down, thrown down out of bounds. Short of the first down, it's Fordham on the stop. And there's a flag coming in on the far side as there was exception taken to the way Nico was roughed up.
Now, he was downfield about another 10 yards beyond Nico as a couple of the offensive linemen went way into the North Carolina State bench. And there was some pushing and shoving and some fists thrown. And NC State, even though it looked like all parties involved when that flag came out, was after a North Carolina State player from the sideline took a swing. It looked like maybe John Campbell, who was over there, 74.
John Campbell, a veteran guy, super senior. Earlier in his career at Miami, was involved in the fracas.
I think Brandon Cleveland, the big nose guard, was over there from North Carolina State. I know he and Campbell got tied up. Motions out there. Again, North Carolina State, they're a team that when they feel disrespected, they're going to play with a lot of emotion, especially on this side of the football. At first, I was with you.
There are multiple dead ball fouls on both teams. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, blocking out of bounds, number 76 and number 74. Also out of bounds, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 44.
Yeah.
Those fouls will offset. 1st and 10, Tennessee.
I think we're going to have to look at this down and distance, and they're talking about that again. But show us what happened here.
Yeah, watch the offensive line. Nico is where your attention goes. But if you watch these offensive linemen, look downfield in the background, you'll see 74, 76. And then they go into the bench area. And then if it continues, you'll see 44 there at the bottom. Cleveland, he comes over to see what's going on. And right there is where the flag came out on Cleveland. So it's going to be a 3rd down here after all of that.
Yeah, I think this Big Ten crew has it sorted out now. It's 3rd down and 3, about 3. And there's a little energy in the building right off the bat.
At time, Fordham spying Nico does a much better job on that play.
Here comes pressure. Iamaleava gets rid of it just in time. He's got a man out there, and he can't quite connect with Brew McCoy as Iamaleava took a hit. And Corey Coley was on the coverage down there against McCoy.
For the first time all game, Tony Gibson brings it. You'll see the pressure. They bring the linebackers, and they get to him right as he throws this football. I think it affected the accuracy. And when you're a corner in this defense, you got to live on an island and hold up. And I'll tell you, right at the beginning, I thought Brew McCoy had a couple steps. Ball's thrown a little bit higher. That is a touchdown for Tennessee.
So the Vols move it some, but now sending out the punt team is Jackson Ross. Jalen Coit, the return man, calls for the fair catch and makes the fair catch at about the 7-yard line. So Grayson McCall will have it for the 2nd time tonight as the Wolfpack offense goes back to work.
Febreze. Hi, I use Febreze Fade Defy Plug.
And I use this.
Febreze has a microchip to control scent release, so it smells first day fresh for 50 days.
50 days?
And its refill reminder light means I'll never miss a day of freshness. Febreze Plug.
I'm certain it's level 5.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Look out, 'cause here I come.
Have you always had trouble losing weight and keeping it off? Same.
Discover the power of Wegovy.
And I'm marching on to the beat I drum.
With Wegovy, I lost 35 pounds. And some lost over 46 pounds.
Wegovy.
And I'm keeping the weight off.
Wegovy helps you lose weight and keep it off.
I'm reducing my risk.
Wegovy is the only FDA-approved weight management medicine that's proven to reduce risk of major cardiovascular events in adults with known heart disease and with either obesity or overweight.
Wegovy shouldn't be used with semaglutide or GLP-1 medicines. Don't take Wegovy if you or your family had medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if allergic to it. Stop Wegovy and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may happen, including pancreatitis and gallbladder problems. Wegovy may cause low blood sugar in people with diabetes, especially if you take medicines to treat diabetes. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes, or if you feel your heart racing while at rest. Depression or thoughts of suicide may occur. Call your provider right away if you have any mental changes. Common side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
With Wegovy,
I'm losing weight.
I'm keeping it off.
And I'm lowering my CV risk.
That's the power of winning.
Check your cost and coverage before talking to your healthcare professional about Wegovy.
Yo, what's up, everybody? How you doing?
Kev, can I get a response to the trade rumors?
Trade. Trades means moving, man. We talking about moving? Moving means contractors, inspectors, strangers judging my carpet. What we talking about, staging? We talking about a faux ficus. A faux ficus. Nobody's gonna be a faux ficus into my house.
You could use Open Door, sell your house directly to them. It's easy.
I guess we're moving.
Kev.
What you gonna ask me about next, man? Practice?
So how would you describe the chicken to someone who had never tasted it?
Literally melt in your mouth tender. We don't have a freezer, you know? It's almost like a farmer's market. When you walk into the restaurant, you should hear the sizzle that you're hearing right now. Just sends all those waves up to your mouth.
You're making me hungry.
Oh, no. Guess I'm going back to the store.
I can fix that.
Fast fixes with Felix.
Tomorrow work?
Works for me.
Gotta run.
That's what you do.
Delivery at the speed you need.
Aerial coverage tonight from Charlotte provided by Goodyear, celebrating the challenge of road games everywhere. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear is more driven. North Carolina State with its second possession of this Duke's Mayo Classic against Tennessee. Nose of the football resting just inside the Wolfpack's own 8-yard line. Grayson McCall back with Jordan Waters in the backfield with him. There's Waters, and there is not much running room against this Tennessee front.
And they're going to have to go the long way because of outstanding special teams. You know, for Tennessee a year ago, they were one of the tops in the entire country at pinning opponents inside the 10-yard line. And they've done it yet again to this NC State team that needs to win the field position battle. You could feel even in that opening drive, it was a methodical, take our time, let's get some first downs, converting on third down. They're looking for big plays. It's going to have to come from Concepcion tonight, number 10.
They'll hand it to him, throw it to him, toss it to him. McCall's looking out that way and throwing it into traffic. It's incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10.
You know, even though Tennessee is breaking in an entire new secondary, I really like what Tim Banks told us. It's nothing against who's been here. It's the 4th year in the system. It's the 4th year to recruit. There he is right there. And he said, you know, we're just deeper. We're not as experienced, but I think we're faster as a group. And over time, the more reps they get, I think they're very confident what this group can be on the back end.
They just brought in wholesale pass rush substitutions up front. And there's the flag.
Illegal substitution on the offense. Breaking the huddle with 12 players. Half the distance to the goal. Still 3rd down.
So the task just got a little bit tougher for Grayson McCall and the Pack. You want to be aggressive. Can't afford a turnover in this part of the field, but you've got an experienced guy who's played a lot of ball in number 2. Third down, we'll call it 14. McCall, quarterback draw. Grayson can run, but that hole closed up pretty quickly, and it'll give them a little room to punt it out of there. Omar Norman Lott made the stop. Lost headgear along the way for Tennessee, and the punt unit comes on.
You see James Pierce off the edge with that spin move. You know, he's no longer just a guy with twitch off the edge. He's put on some weight. He's proud of himself now being a complete defensive end. That time his spin move was crazy fast off the right side there and forced McCall to step up and get out of there.
Caden Noonkester standing on the checkerboard in the Tennessee version of the end zone. Squirrel White, that's a terrific punt, is driven back inside his 40-yard line where he makes the fair catch as we check in after the 55-yard punt with Holly Rowe.
Well, Nico Iamaleava has already shown us his athleticism. Here he is as a high-level volleyball player. His first scholarship offer in college came from Long Beach State, the powerhouse in men's volleyball. And there are a lot of skills that actually translate. You see the arm whip he has as an outside hitter. That translates to a lively arm as a quarterback. His quick decision-making, his ability to throw in different arm slots, different arm angles, a lot of the same things that he used in volleyball. And then we've already seen him use his legs and athleticism there in that first down run. Really cool story, different, unique skill set for a quarterback in college football.
Yeah, Holly, I can't think of a lot of quarterbacks that have played volleyball at an elite level like that became big-time college quarterbacks.
Brew McCoy has the catch. It should be a first down. Carter on the stop. Seen the basketball players go that way. Yeah. Chase Budinger went to the Olympics after, good career at Arizona and also in the NBA.
There was that whip of that arm on that last throw.
Iamaleava, another completion. This one out to Chris Brazel, former Tulane Green Wave player.
Nice adjustment here. Second possession by Josh Heupel. He's saying basically if Tony Gibson's going to sit back with three defensive backs deep, hey, let's get underneath him and take some easy yards, potentially set up some big plays. There it is again. They're going to sit back. Let's take it.
Another first down. Brazel with another catch. He's fighting his way forward.
And just so you understand what Heupel likes to do, I always go back to the Art Briles days at Baylor. They stretch you horizontally, make you declare as a defense. They want to make you say, okay, we got to get out and defend the pass. And if you're light in the box, they're going to run the football. So it's just a game within a game.
Underneath, the flip out, got it to the big tight end, Ethan Davis, and Tennessee is rolling, and the chain guys are going to have to keep up. Another first down for the Vols.
They timed that up perfectly, and how about the convoy getting downfield that time with that offensive line led by Cooper Mays, the center.
He's their vocal leader, veteran guy, senior from Kingston, Tennessee. Nico, quick pass, and this time Brazel is greeted immediately by Brandon Cisse.
Well, that is a great play there by Cisse because that was a run-pass option for Nico, and he saw soft coverage and thought, hey, let's just keep throwing it underneath, let our receivers do some damage after the catch. But Cisse got underneath that block and able to make a play for a loss there.
With the hit Brazel took, he probably would have preferred the run in the run-pass option. Second down. Vols have moved it inside the Wolfpack 25. Sampson looking for room and none to be found in the backfield. A host of Wolfpack defenders led again by Cisse, who was first.
And how about Cisse? You just mentioned what he did a nice job of in being able to make a play out on the perimeter. Now he's got to hold the edge to this defense. They go 12 personnel, meaning one running back and two tight ends, kind of tip their hand that they're going to get physical. And the corner shows you the willingness to come up and be physical. Tony Gibson's got to love to see that by number 2.
Iamaleava needs 14 here on third down.
Well, they come again. Now he's showing blitz here and here. Now he's going to look over to see if they want to make an adjustment. By the way, headset's still on until 15 seconds.
Now it's off, so they're able to give Nico some counsel.
and they back out of the blitz.
Only 3 rushing, shuffle pass underneath. What a call from Heupel. Sampson has it. Dylan Sampson slips a tackle and bowls his way down to the 11-yard line and pickup of 17.
They backed out of the blitz. And another good job of using, we've seen these screens. Here's just a little shovel pass here to get out into space. And, you know, they lost Jalen Wright, Jabari Small. Dylan Sampson was more of a backup last year. He's now taking that mantle to become the guy, and he gives you an indication of what he can do with the ball in his hands. He's gotten bigger, much more durable and physical. Really a complete package in that backfield.
Inside a minute to play in the first quarter. Sampson has it again. He'll push and strain his way close to the 8-yard line. Chaz Wallace on the stop.
Josh Heupel has gone up against this 3-3-5 before. In fact, if you go back to his days at Missouri, you know, he went all the way against Tony Gibson and did not have a great game. So he's used to seeing Tony Gibson.
This time, Heupel gets the better of it, and Sampson goes into the checkerboard from 9 yards out. Touchdown, Tennessee. Nine plays, 62 yards. They did it in just over 4 minutes, waning seconds of this first quarter as Max Gilbert comes on to try to make it 7-0. And he does. Dylan Sampson making plays on this drive.
Yeah, it's a good call here to be able to keep this drive alive. They felt the blitz might be coming. They get the ball out of the hands quickly. Sampson picks up huge yards to set up eventually the touchdown. Play side does a good job, but they're going to pull the H, pull the guard around, and this is well timed up by the back. Look at the patience to allow the front side to collapse, and then the guard and the H come around, and it's just a hat on a hat. Really typical drive from Tennessee to be able to move that ball down the field just like they like to do. A little mix of quick throws, some runs, some screens, and a touchdown.
On the drive, Iamaleava, 6 of 6, 55 yards, a 17-yard reception on 3rd and 14, the biggest play to give Tennessee a chance to score.
These first 2 weeks, I don't know, everybody must have visited the same coaching staff, and we see the counter everywhere, but that guard, tight end, H pull, we've just seen that everywhere in college football this year.
Ball falls off the tee.
You know, the key to that is the play side, the collapse that allows them to come around to be able to get downhill and make those blocks and those scraping backers. That was really well executed that time up front by Tennessee.
Kirbyville, it's a touchback as we check in with Kevin Nagandi.
Reese, time now for our Dr. Pepper Fansville studio update. The next great Ohio State wide receiver is here, Boog. True freshman Jeremiah Smith.
No doubt, something you can't teach. Catch a little hitch, and then it is on. Strike up the band. O-H-I-O. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Look at the yak there. 70 yards to the house. 21-0 Ohio State all over Western Michigan. Back to Reese, Kirk, and Holly.
They've had some pretty good receivers go through that room, going all the way back to Boog and my buddy and your buddy, Joseph Scott Galloway, Chris Carter, but more recently, I mean, think about the Marvin Harrison, Garrett Wilson, it just goes on and on. A lot of people internally feel that this guy coming in has the tools to be as good, if not better than any of them.
Jordan Waters knocked down in the backfield by Bryson Eason, the first one there. And the final play of this first quarter, the Tennessee defensive line starting to flex its muscle. What answer will NC State have? That's the end of the first quarter here in Charlotte. Back after this message and a word from your local ABC station.
Did you know taking Zysol at night relieves allergies while you sleep? So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all. Take Zysol at night.
I'm the Modelo recruiter. And I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
I wish we could watch the college football games we actually care about.
You can on ESPN with Sling. Follow me.
I love this.
Prepay and save with Season Pass and get the college football you care about. Sling lets you do that.
I'm your football-obsessed best man, and I think you having your big day during the big game is the worst. What, are you kidding me?
Physically, I'm right here, but mentally, I'm here. Yeah, I do. Come on, speed it up.
When all eyes are on you,
My eyes are glued to the game.
whoa!
Touchdown, yeah. And if you didn't bundle your home and auto insurance, well, all of this could be tough to tackle. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Why would you ever take less when you can live más with a double-stacked taco, a beefy 5-layer burrito, a chalupa supreme, and a drink, all for just $7? It's time to stop settling and get what you deserve. And you deserve to get Lux for less. Introducing the $7 Lux Cravings Box. Only at Taco Bell.
Get your tickets now at MusicCityGP.com.
You know, there's millions of people without the health insurance they need. I get it. You feel like it's too pricey, a headache to deal with, and not worth it. You deserve something better and better. We're on a mission to get everyone high-quality health insurance.
We have plans with as low as $0 out-of-pocket premiums, a network of local doctors, and a rewards program for making healthy choices.
Nice.
That's why we're America's #1 marketplace health insurance. So call us or go online now. And Better Health. On a mission for better.
Avoiding surgeries. That's our goal at the Kellum Stem Cell Institute.
Make an appointment today at the Kellum Stem Cell Institute. It might be the call that changes your life.
Get your tickets now at MusicCityGP.com.
Hendersonville, we've got you covered.
Hillary, I'm your basic single mother of 3 with an IQ of 160. So now, when the cops are in a jam, they have to ask me for help.
Isn't that our cleaning lady?
They don't love it.
Welcome back to the Duke's Mayo Classic. This is Saturday Night Football presented by Capital One. Tennessee scored in the waning seconds of the first quarter to take a 7-0 lead. And now Grayson McCall in the Wolfpack facing a 2nd and 14. Longest gain tonight for NC State has been 7 yards. They'll need to find some measure of explosiveness out of this offense. Flies. Completion from McCall.
Illegal formation. Offense. Number 74 is lined up in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. 2nd out.
Saw a ton of this in the NFL game the other night. A real emphasis on making sure the tackles are up on the line of scrimmage. Hadn't seen as much of it in college football.
No. In fact, you've seen a lot of it in the NFL over the last few years where he's on left tackle. A little bit too far into the backfield. That was pretty close, actually.
They back him up 5, now 2nd and 19.
Not an offense against this Tennessee defense equipped to get behind the sticks like this.
McCall firing to the outside. It's complete, but Noah Rogers had to go to the ground to make the grabs. The 3rd and long coming up.
You know, when you're going up against this Tennessee defense and you got the inexperience in the back end, obviously the battle is going to be, can you get to those 2nd and 5s and 3rd and 2s where you have a chance, and when you could sometimes play on your terms, where you could take some shots to be able to try to go downfield. But if you think you can go 3 and 6 and 7 and 4 and 3 all night against this defense, it's going to be a very, very tough night for your offense. They've got to be able to hit some explosives, or they're going to play with a short field.
Pressure coming. McCall gets away almost, but tripped up by a shoestring, and making the stop in there is Jacoby Thomas.
Now they're showing a lot of pressure here, and actually Thomas ends up coming from here. Could see him just kind of sitting back there, trying to disguise it. Safety down, usually it's an alert. Like to see your running back here pick this up. Instead, he goes right by him. McCall almost had the ability to step up and away from it, but a good job of waiting and delaying that pressure and blitz.
Really cool view from the AT&T clicker, and Tennessee comes after the punt, and they get it away. Squirrel White driven all the way back to his 24. Now will Squirrel find some room. He's across the 30 and finally spun down at the 36. And that is where Nico Iamaleava and the Tennessee offense will go back to work. 58-yard punt, 12-yard return. Vols back on offense momentarily.
An agent with the FBI has been abducted.
What trouble will this cause? The devastating kind.
Black holes.
I want some answers.
You don't have any idea what you're asking.
Maybe that's what a ghost is. The absence of answers in the shape of a person.
FX's The Old Man premieres Thursday at 10 on FX. Stream on Hulu.
With investing options from Navy Federal Credit Union, Rob feels financially at ease, which means he can worry about other things like landing this fish. What if the fish is really big? What if it's not a fish? What if it's treasure? What if the treasure is cursed? Rob has a lot of things to worry about, but as a member of Navy Federal, his finances aren't one of them. Become a member today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Someone smells too fresh. Did she take my Old Spice Total Body Deodorant with 24/7 freshness and use it on her pits, toes, and down belows? How could you?
Stay fit and fuel your fandom. Enjoy the home field advantage at Fairfield, official hotel partner of the NCAA.
Arby's is full of choices. You can get your favorite stuff 3 for $5. Incredible value. Reach in and eat whatever you grab. Arby's, we have the meats.
Rated E for everyone.
This ship is heaven. Doctor, it's your job to keep everybody alive.
Clear. Come on.
I could tell you got beat energy.
At the very end of that punt return, number 97, Jason Jenkins, was called for an illegal blindside block here.
Right at the top there on 84. Flag came way back, all the way back at midfield. You can see NC State coaches in the backdrop pointing it out. So this will move Tennessee back all the way to their own 20-yard line.
It's a mental error. It was an unnecessary block. White was already going to the ground, and it's been something that's been emphasized by the officials in the interest of player safety. Volunteers scored last time they have it. Back to the ground with the man who scored the touchdown, Dylan Sampson. Good pickup on first down of about 7.
They continue to pull these linemen and try to get out on the edges, whether it's running the football with the counter or the screen shovel pass to get the linemen up against that 3-man defensive line look.
Nico with all kinds of time. Now they're coming after him. He has to get rid of it, and he does so beautifully. And it's Miles Kitzelman making the catch, and it's a first down for Tennessee. Give him 16.
Yeah, and because of his athleticism, he's able to draw the defense to him. He had forever good coverage, so he starts to move, and by moving, that's what brought the defense to him. And it's a great job by Kitzelman to slide out.
Back to the ground. Sampson spinning into NC State territory, and he's down to the 43-yard line. Another first down.
That's why this offense is so tough to defend. And that's what Tony Gibson's trying to figure out. You get so worried about the vertical shots and what they can do. We haven't really seen much of that yet, but they throw the ball quickly outside, and then you have to respect the line of scrimmage with this offensive line and with the running game that Heupel loves to hang his hat on. Right now it's with Dylan Sampson. Boy, Mays is fun to watch in the middle. What a leader and an anchor to this O-line.
Nico fires a dart and is picked up. His first collegiate interception. Bishop Fitzgerald is taking it the other way, and the Wolfpack defense makes a play.
They continue to try to make him be patient. They don't want to give up the quick strikes, so they've been playing with a lot of 3 defensive backs back to try to make him throw things underneath. Here again, he's got all kinds of time to throw the football, but look at this. He kind of expected Bruno McCoy to continue to work over the middle, but he throws it high and way in front. An errant throw. And the beneficiary is Bishop Fitzgerald, playing a great center field with his eyes on a quarterback, just steps up, makes a play on the ball, and now he gives Grayson McCall plus territory. This is what North Carolina State has to do to compete and try to pull off an upset tonight.
The first career pick for Nico. Now he gets a chance to look at the video with the new rules in college football to see what happened. But boy, did the Wolfpack need a play, and they were able to make it. Now let's see if the offense can cash in. Grayson McCall, he'll take a shot down the sideline, and there's a flag coming in. And that's going to go against Tennessee. And there was also, you see, Noah Rogers a little slow to get up.
That's on Ricky Gibson, just grabbing a hold of Noah Rogers, who's trying to work around him. Ball's in the air, and he's still pushing on him. And he keeps pushing, grabbing. Ball in the air. Safety came over late.
Defense. Number 1. Ball is placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
That last little shot that Rogers took, too, came from Jacoby Thomas. It left him a little slow to get up.
I just like the fact that they try to stretch the field. You know, a lot of it's been dinking and dunking and running. This time on 1st and 10 after the big turnover, sudden change, plus territory. It's a good time to take a shot, and they do down that right sideline, and they get the interference.
Jordan Waters at running back with McCall. They'll go to the ground. Waters, he stripped at the football, and Jordan did a good job to hang on to it. The transfer from Duke gets it inside the 30.
This is a battle in the line of scrimmage when they try to run the football against this defensive front. And Tim Banks is just continuing to rotate bodies, especially, see, here it is again, just stay fresh, get guys in and out. Meanwhile, North Carolina State, they're out there trying to survive the entire game. So it's a big advantage, the depth of that defensive line, the power, the strength, and the quickness that they have.
But they have to stay stubborn. They have to keep running it.
Yeah, absolutely.
See if they can wear them down over the course of the game. McCall has to dance away from man, and he fires it hard and low. The only guy that could catch it was his man. And did Justin Jolie make the grab? I think they're going to give it to him, pick up a 14.
Well, here's Pierce with his quickness and good job of containing Grayson McCall. But how about the athletic ability? Step up. Now get the ball out of your hands quickly because you don't have a lot of time. Down low, they're going to probably take a peek at this to make sure he got his elbows underneath that and secured the football.
What do you think?
I don't see that ball ever touch the ground. I think that's a catch.
Jolie's a transfer from UConn. When the Huskies played Tennessee last year, he had 8 catches for 89 yards. Losing effort that day for the Huskies, but we have a Tennessee player down while they check on the injured Volunteer and have a look at the Jolie play. We'll take a break. Back to Charlotte after this.
Hi, you might know me from my other job, but I'm a business owner too. Here at Once Upon a Farm, we chose the Capital One Venture X business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. Love it. And unlimited double miles means we earn more too. Sweet, right? And when we travel, we get access to over 1,300 airport lounges. I could get used to this. The Capital One Venture X business card. What's in your wallet?
You've been accused of plagiarizing your master's thesis. You tell the truth, you can have this bucket of Bud Lights.
I'll go first.
No.
Professor Wilkins has been taking karate classes ever since that saxophone girl put him in a headlock.
That was a secret.
Now it's a beer.
Everybody, let's focus, please.
Another group project. It's due tomorrow. I hope I can get online tonight. I really need this to pass. The truth is, I can't do this on my own. Connect every student, change every future. Connecting changes everything.
Those look good. We've got to get you some.
Oh, we don't need to get one.
No, today.
Are you serious?
I'm serious, baby. Your boots have holes in them.
All right.
They look so good.
Alice loves the scent of Gain so much, she wished there was a way to make it last longer. Say hello to your fairy godmother, Alice. And long-lasting Gain scent beads, part of the irresistible scent collection from Gain.
All right, third time's a charm. Here we go. It's okay. We'll get on the next one.
Pressure's getting to him.
Maybe we should change it up.
Now I got it. Oh.
Keenum, get loose.
Here we go. Daddy's got this.
Hey. You got us this far. Keenum's going to finish the drive.
You got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
If only there were backups in real life. But at least there's Progressive to protect your home and auto.
Ion. Electrified. Hanguk Tire.
Saturday Night Football is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
A long and storied history of quarterbacks at the University of Tennessee, and Nico Iamaleava joined Peyton Manning as the only true freshman to lead their teams to victory in a postseason game. See the numbers that Iamaleava put up, responsible for 4 touchdowns, 3 of them on the ground. Citrus Bowl MVP just threw the first interception of his college career, and North Carolina State now threatening in the red zone. Spread all 5 receivers out for Grayson McCall, including Jordan Waters, the running back, who's in a slot. Little flip to KC Concepcion. Concepcion gets inside the 10-yard line. They'll get him the ball any way possible. They'll hand it to him on occasion, too.
And you know he's going to get the ball, but how quickly he catches the ball, and it doesn't need a lot of room, and then accelerates upfield. And he's got the toughness to be able to lower his shoulder. You know, he's not just looking to dive. He bounces off of people, but positive yards there on 1st and 10.
You know, he weighs a little under 190 pounds, but the coaches will talk about how difficult he is to tackle for a man that size. Pack needs to get it to the 4 for the first down. McCall has it batted down. It'll be 3rd down. And there is a flag resting at about the 12-yard line. We've seen the defensive line getting some pressure tonight.
There's no foul for ineligible man downfield as the ball was touched behind the line of scrimmage.
Dave Doran knows he's obviously got a big opportunity here in a game that doesn't feel like it's going to be a shootout. You know, I mean, you get an opportunity, you got to capitalize. And this North Carolina State defense, they have a history of being a ball-hawking defense. 51 interceptions over the last 3 years. Most of any of these Power 4 teams, they're +1 tonight. So the defense has set them up in plus territory. They've made a few plays, had a penalty. Can they cash in? They've had some success early in the game, starting out 3 for 3 on 3rd down, 0 for 3 in their last 3 attempts.
McCall's got some room. He cuts it inside, and he didn't quite get down, but there's another flag on the near side, and they're...
Tennessee may have lined up off sides. Oh, they're going to get North Carolina State.
Maybe on the left tackle. We'll see what Cole Kneppel says.
Illegal formation offense. Number 74 is lined up in the backfield. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Second time that Anthony Belton has been called for that infraction.
Yeah, he's confused here. I thought it was close right here of maybe lining up in a neutral zone, but again, they're looking at the left tackle. Boy, it's such a gray area. It's so close, and I think Belton's looking around saying, man, I've done this my whole career. All of a sudden now I'm in the backfield. What's going on tonight?
So Kanoa Vincent comes on with 24-yard field goal attempt to try to get the Wolfpack on the board. Vincent from Rock Hill, South Carolina, not too far away from 24, and he is true, and the Wolfpack takes the turnover and puts points on the board. McCall Concepcion having a look at the video. Dave Doran was able to stem the tide of momentum that was seemingly flowing Tennessee's way, and is now 7-3 as we check in down on the field with Holly Rowe.
Well, Nico Iamaleava had that interception. That's his first of his college career, as you mentioned, Reese. So I watched him on the sideline closely. He was exactly what the coaches have told us, calm and poised. He watched the film on the tablet with his assistant coach. But the other interesting thing was the wide receivers coaches, they were talking about routes, and were the routes exactly right, or did they drift off that caused that interception? Brew McCoy went over, said something to Nico. They're trying to get on the same page with routes and quarterbacks, but these tablets have been a big help so far processing that mistake.
And I think the big thing all of us really want to see, it's not about throwing interceptions. Guess what? Peyton Manning, I'm sure, is watching. Everybody plays quarterback. Even Peyton Manning throws interceptions. It's how do you respond? How do you respond to that moment on this stage with all that hype? I think we're all excited to see what he can do here.
Colin Smith bangs it out of the back of the end zone. It'll be another touchback. Kickoff week 1 in the NFL Sunday with the Countdown Crew. A couple of Cowboy quarterbacks chat before the big game against the Browns. That'll be Troy Aikman sitting down with Dak Prescott inside the quarterback room dynamic that'll determine the season for the Steelers and the Falcons. If the latest from Shefty, you got Moss. Sunday NFL Countdown, 10 a.m. Eastern time on ESPN. And then Monday Night Football, Jets and 49ers, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Have it covered. Peyton and Eli will be on ESPN2. Scott Van Pelt and the guys will get you set up as well.
As a Reds fan, their season ended in early May. It's been a long summer. Thank goodness college football and now NFL football is back. It's been brutal. It's been tough.
I figured, you know, knowing your affinity for the Reds and particularly the old Big Red Machine.
The offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
A delay of game on Tennessee, so they'll back up. Your affinity for the Reds, I thought you might have a special place in your heart for Casey Concepcion.
Davey Concepcion, my all-time favorite
He's
Red.
your favorite player,
all
right?
Time, yeah. Yeah, that's
this Concepcion also has gifted hands.
He sure does. He sure does.
So 1st and 15. Sean Bishop in at running back. Bishop has his first carry tonight. Probably should mention Cameron Seldon, one of the 3 running backs that Josh Heupel likes to use for Tennessee, out of this game with an upper body injury. Not suffered in this game. He's not playing in it. So Sampson, Bishop likely to carry the majority of the load. It's been mostly Sampson prior to that carry. Bishop still in there. Imaliava getting a little heat, gets it. He's got a man. He's wide open, and he's got Squirrel White for a big gain, and Tennessee is right back in Wolfpack territory.
And the toughest position on this defense is the nickel. Jahad Carter has to be able to do a lot of different things. He actually gets slowed down by his own man on that switch route. Gets him behind. The ball goes up in the air to Squirrel White, gets underneath it, and that's how you respond to an interception.
45-yard pickup. Bishop to the ground. Bishop inside the 20-yard line, and it's another Tennessee first down.
You know, Carter out there at nickel matching up. He has to play man-to-man against Squirrel White. He's got to be up and run support. He's got to be able to play zone. He blitzes. Talking to Dave Dorn and Tony Gibson, they said that is the toughest job you have on this defense, is what number 11 is trying to do.
Picked up 60 yards on the last 2 plays, but this time NC State there to stop them. Noah Potter, Ohio State and Cincinnati transfer, making the play.
And Noah Potter was able to chase that down from behind. That entire defense that time in great position. Those slow developing counter plays have been pretty effective. But that time Potter, with the length and the speed and just the awareness, makes a nice play.
Ball resting just inside the red zone. Back to the ground. A little bit of running room as Bishop. It's inside the 15 before he's stopped. 3rd down coming for the Vols.
They just keep going back to that. When Josh Heupel was making these linebackers respect that part of it, sets up those play action looks that he loves so much. Well, they strike quickly. I mean, 1 second, they had a 5-yard penalty. They're behind the sticks. Hit a big one to Squirrel White. Now here they are inside the red zone, the blink of an eye.
Really big play for this NC State defense now to try to force a field goal attempt from Tennessee. Iamaleava has much bigger plans. Pressure to the outside, and it's incomplete. That's looking for Squirrel White again.
Yeah, that's the matchup that they want. You could see in the pre-snap, you have Bishop Fitzgerald, who had the interception, but he's a big physical safety. You see him back there, number 7. You got Squirrel White, who's your quickest receiver with that big cushion.
Their first warning of the game, there's no yardage penalty associated with the warning.
So the sideline warning. Heupel a little bit frustrated in not turning that into a touchdown. Tennessee will now attempt the field goal. Max Gilbert, redshirt freshman from Memphis, made a couple last week, made the extra point. He'll try to get the field goal from 32 yards out. Kick on the way, and it is perfect. And Tennessee's lead is a touchdown. 10-3, 6:33 to play in the first half.
The greatest meal deal for your buck? Hardee's Original Bag. Just $5.99. Loaded with your choice of 2 full-size favorites, plus fries and a drink. All for just $5.99. Hardee's. Goodness in the making.
Allergies? With Allegra, they won't stop me. That's because nothing beats Allegra for the fastest, non-drowsy, 24-hour allergy relief. Choose Allegra.
Your record label is taking off, but so is your sound engineer. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Indeed Instant Match instantly delivers quality candidates matching your job description. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
T-Mobile savings, take one.
Miss me.
Try just standing and say, at T-Mobile, you get tons of benefits and you can still save versus the other guys. Forget it. Check out the T-Mobile Savings Calculator to see how much you can save.
Are these my only lines?
They sure are.
Football season already and not a satellite dish in sight.
I hardly recognize the roofs I grew up on.
Enough squawking.
Oh, great.
Coach Prime. Y'all are whining while everyone else is watching nonstop football on DirecTV. Tell me, whose house is this?
Their house?
I think they're renting.
Listen. I know they get easy access to all this football, but you know what you got?
What, Coach?
A crumb bum attitude.
Stream football without a satellite dish.
Now drop and give me 20.
20 what?
New Mr. Clean Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser.
With the scrubbing power of Magic Eraser and the cleaning power of Dawn, watch it make soaps come here, disappear. And sprays can leave grime like that. Ultra Foamy melts it on contact.
Magic.
New Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I saved hundreds. But the money I saved, thought I'd get a wax figure myself. Oh, right in the temporal lobe. Beat it, punks! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Let game day begin!
Grab a Pepsi and make your game day epic.
As a Great Clip Salon stylist, I love giving customers the look they want. With Clip Notes, we save your haircut details, so it's one less thing for you to worry about. And when I see that confidence at the end of the cut, that's everything to me.
Television's biggest night, the Emmys, live Sunday, September 15th on ABC.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, road tested and game ready. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear, more driven. And in Charlotte tonight, right there is the Taco Bell Live My Student section all season long. Student sections across the country competing to be the Taco Bell Live My Student section of the year. Download the Taco Bell app to learn more. You need some of those checkerboard overalls.
Well, living in Nashville, you see those everywhere. Big Vandy City, but also obviously the Vols. Very proud of in Nashville, all over the state. I don't have the checkerboard overalls. Pat would look. Pat had those.
Yeah,
when he did the backflip.
He went there
into the river.
It'll be a touchback. We check in with Holly. Grayson McCall's right at home here, Holly.
That's right. He grew up in Monroe, North Carolina, about 20 minutes away. He said he just fell in love with football when he was about 6 years old. He started his first flag football. He said, all my friends would be at home watching cartoons, and all I ever wanted to watch was football. Started playing tackle at 7 years old, and he said he went to a lot of games here in this Panthers stadium. He loved the Panthers growing up, so when I talked to him about it, he was really geeking out that he would get to play here in this stadium where he sat in the stands as a little kid.
Look at this formation.
Breaking out some, Robert and I breaking out a little tricky formation, giving him a look. Here comes Concepcion in motion. McCall looking for him. There's KC. He's got him. Concepcion into Tennessee territory.
Well, that formation created an ID of man-to-man by being able to motion him here. You create man-to-man here. That is a tough matchup, and even a little hesitation from the Tennessee defensive back. He's kind of looking around wondering if he's going to get any help, but that's Boo Carter, the true freshman, who's got a very bright future, but that time very confused by the wrinkle from North Carolina State.
Biggest play of the night for the Wolfpack offense. Pick up a 28. Yeah, Hollywood smothers. Hollywood rolls inside the 35 down to the 33, maybe the 32 before Boo stopped him.
Well, let's watch this offensive line. They're coming into this drive. They've only been rushing for negative 13 yards. A little bit of eye candy with some movement by that big 300-pound tight end. But look at the left guard, 75. Good job with that double team. See the left tackle, Belton helping out. And for one of the few times tonight, they give him a nice crease there to be able to run downhill.
Smothers and Concepcion were high school teammates for a while, along with James Pierce of Tennessee. A lot of familiarity on both sides. There's Smothers again. Another big pickup, explosive play on the ground for the Wolfpack.
Well, I don't know what was said to this offensive line, but they are coming out doing a much better job, and it's, to the inside. This time they work to the outside between that right guard and the right tackle. Look at all of the room, the real estate. I know Smothers is a good back, but Jordan Waters got to be looking around saying, can I have a little bit of room as well? Here come the Vols, rotating some fresh bodies, 4 new defensive front.
Smothers, hometown guy, started his career at Oklahoma before coming here. Have gains of 28, 15, and 12 on this drive. Back to Smothers, dancing free. Smothers inside the 20, and he picks up about 4.
To that time, that was Smothers. There wasn't a lot of room that time, but a great job with his lateral quickness, some jump cuts there. I didn't think that play had much to get any positive yards at all, but because of his ability there, just his instincts. Turns looks like a play maybe for a yard or 2, and now it looks like it's going to be 2nd and 6.
What they're looking at, and Waters has returned, is Smothers has earned a breather. He's had some big ones on this drive.
It's Concepcion here.
Oh, it's a pick. McCall was inaccurate, and it's picked off by Will Brooks. The walk-on is running. The walk-on is running in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give him 6. Will Brooks made his name with special team value. Still a walk-on in this team. And what a play he made. Taking it to the house. They're calling it an 85-yard interception and return.
Well, Tim Banks has to be proud of this defense. They were bending there, but they did not break. Here's the tight end, Joe Lee, who comes in motion. And here's the safety who makes this great play right here. Watch him just kind of sit and read. He's at a little bit in no man's land because they're trying to get the ball either to the outside to 10 Concepcion or to Joe Lee. Great job right here by 19. Look at that. Good job of jumping it. I think that forced the ball to go up and over. Joseph does a nice job right there timing that. And McCall makes a mistake, just kind of, I don't know if he just kind of jumped past that or whatever that was, but the ball just floats over top of Joe Lee right into the arms of Will Brooks. And as you said, the former walk-on, his eyes just lit up, shows you the speed after that interception.
Talking to the great Bill Martin, the sports information director at Tennessee earlier, and clarifying that Will is still a walk-on 5th-year guy from Birmingham. That might be enough of a play to put him on scholarship at least for the rest of the season. Huh?
Well, he's starting back in that secondary, and it just felt like North Carolina State running the football. They were gaining some confidence. They really got in a position there. And when they moved Concepcion, you thought, okay, they're going to get the ball to 10. But, boy, Josephs does a good job of at least he couldn't get to the quarterback, but he went up and made that ball kind of float over top with the intended receiver, and 35's right there.
All right, so we have a delay right now. Tennessee is attending to number 75, Jaxon Lampley, who was hurt on the point after attempt. Volunteer training staff out having a look at his left leg right now. That was the first career interception for Brooks, and it is a most memorable one.
No doubt about that.
McCall has now thrown an interception in each game, and one of the many outstanding things he did during his career at Coastal Carolina was not throw many of those. 3 years, 88 touchdowns, only 14 interceptions, but he's had one in each of his first 2 starts for the Wolfpack.
They had that trick play to Concepcion with that unusual formation, and then they ran the ball, and it looked like, boy, these guys are in position to, at very least, cut into this lead with a field goal, or maybe they're going to get a touchdown, and then the huge turnover.
Now it's going to be incumbent on the Wolfpack offense to try to regain a little momentum in the final 3:29 of this first half, because Tennessee's going to get the ball first, start the second half. North Carolina State needs to have some productivity before we go to the halftime break. Well, McCall has been through a lot of battles in college football. It's a guy you want leading you out there. But they're up against it now, down 2 touchdowns. And until that last drive, not a lot of explosive plays to show for it. Great heads-up play by Brooks. And now a man who was instrumental on the drive for NC State, Hollywood Smothers, back returning, but the ball hit short of the goal line. Smothers misplayed that, and things are looking bad right now, as there's been a couple of errors for the Wolfpack, and they're going to be pinned right in the shadow of their own goalpost. Hollywood thought that thing was going to bounce into the end zone, and it didn't. Yeah, that was a miscommunication with Raphael. They're both kind of looking at each other. Smothers, you can't see Raphael, but that ball lands at about the 1-yard line and bounces backwards back into play. NC State very fortunate they're able to get that football back. Now they're at their own 8-yard line. And when in doubt, catch the thing. The second drive that the Wolfpack will start 92 yards away from the end zone. See what McCall has now. I think Tennessee's going to ratchet up the pressure. Inside handoff, not much there. Kendrick Raphael. We're talking about, you had mentioned this. Boy, this is a big set of downs for North Carolina State. You could flip that the other way and say this is a huge opportunity for the Tennessee defense. Up 17-3, 3 minutes to go. Have them pinned back, get into attack mode here, try to create another turnover. At the very least, try to get a punt here. You're going to have time with how quickly they move the ball, chance to get more points on the board. Remember, in college football this year, the 2-minute timeout. But Tennessee won't have to expend all of their timeouts to save the clock. Back to the ground. Pushing his way forward is Raphael. Will be short of the first down, up across the 15. They'll still need 2 or so to move the sticks. You notice they're not in any hurry at all here. Not just trying to get this first down, but trying to do everything they can here. If they convert, continue to work some more clock. And see if Grayson McCall just lets it wind down. He can't let it go to 2 minutes if they choose. They'll get the play off. Smothers has it on the little screen. Hollywood gets away from one, but he does not get away from Big O, Amari Thomas. And that is where we will reach the 2-minute timeout with a 4th down coming for North Carolina State. And Tennessee's going to get one more chance, already up 2 touchdowns and a chance to put this game in a hammerlock.
And when I got there, they have the sushi like
this is Clem.
They're built like sushi, classy. So
Clem's not a morning person.
I was like, I'm tasting it.
Or a night person. Or a people person. But he is, and I can solve this in 4 different ways person. And that person is impossible to replace. You need Clem. Clem needs benefits. Work with Principal so we can help you help Clem with a retirement and benefits plan that's right for him.
Sure, but I'm confident, you know.
Let our expertise round out yours.
Team, it's been a grind, but I think I've aged you well. Some might say perfect. Who's ready to show who's the cheesiest?
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach.
Cheez-It, official sponsor of the college football playoff.
Come on, rookie, you sleep down here.
Is that?
Whoa, Reggie Bush.
Lost track of time in there. So, what's new?
Since you asked.
Pretty cool. Anything else? What is he doing?
He's watching the game.
The $6 meal deal is here. It starts with Dunkin's legendary coffee, a toasty, melty bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, and a crispy, crumbly order of hash browns. It's kind of the biggest deal in breakfast. The $6 meal deal, available now.
Yo, can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it? Yes, you can.
Can I kick it?
¿Qué?
Can I play?
Can I kick it? Can I kick it?
Can I try?
당연하지.
What's this?
Aflac Duck signed me to an NIL deal.
An NIL deal?
It's name, injury, and likeness. With a name like Prime, an injury like mine, and a likeness so fine, that's a triple threat.
Couldn't we just tell people Aflac pays cash for expenses not covered by health insurance?
If we want people to understand how Aflac helps close that gap, we got to get you to think bigger, coach.
You gotta be kidding.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Aflac is an official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
Miss Terry's not gonna like this.
Trouble.
Okay, everybody got their Dos Equis playbooks? Good. There's only one play. Go for Dos. That means when we get a chance to go big, we take it. Let's roll some tape. 2 seats in an okay position, but the front row would be a huge score. The usher is playing lockdown D. Watch how they execute. With the Dos Equis vendor as lead blocker. Sneak, scramble, take it to the house. Flawless. That's how you... Go for Dos! Go for Dos!
Reese Davis, Kirk Herbstreit, Holly Rowe with you. Saturday Night Football, the Duke's Mayo Classic in Charlotte. We are at the 2-minute timeout, 1:56 to be precise. Tennessee about to get the ball back, up 2 touchdowns, as Caden Noonkester is standing just outside of his own end zone, preparing to punt it away. Squirrel White, the big reception in this game, back to return for the Vols. Noonkester, spiral, that Squirrel takes it to 40. Squirrel across the 50 into Wolfpack territory. Strong return there as he gets it to about the 44. Return of 15 as we check in with Kevin Nagandi.
RD Ford halftime report with Booger McFarland, Kevin Nagandi right in front of you. Marcus Freeman's reaction after that stunning home loss to Northern Illinois, plus Nick Saban honored. We will have highlights in Tuscaloosa. A lot of talk about Tennessee's offense. What do you make of their defense tonight?
Their defense has been outstanding, holding NC State to very minimal yards, and I just love the way their defensive line is playing. As long as that defensive line dominates, Tennessee's defense is going to be tough.
Plus an old school Big 8 rivalry. Nebraska-Colorado highlights coming your way, RD. Back to you.
Boog, you would love this interior defensive line and the depth. As you know, watching this game, they just keep rotating. They're rotating 6 guys in these 2 positions.
Dylan Sampson. Sampson inside the 40. Well, he's done a really nice job in finding creases. Pickup of 7 or 8.
An eternity with this offense with 1:30 to go. We talked about opportunity for Tennessee to get a stop. You just know they want a touchdown on this drive.
Sampson picks up the first down. Clock will stop just long enough to move the chains. Tennessee with all 3 timeouts and plenty of time, as you mentioned, with the pace at which they play.
Big offensive line leaning on that 3-3-5. Be careful getting lulled to sleep, because this is where they hit you with that vertical seam. Create a matchup in the slot against Fitzgerald.
Keep it on the ground. Sampson turns the corner and crashes down to the 25, but there's a flag on the far side. Looks conspicuously as if it could be holding.
Holding. Offense, number 19. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still second out.
That was Holden stays. The Notre Dame transfer got called for the hold.
And he locked up Sean Brown, who's trying to fill in that will linebacker spot this year for Peyton Wilson. Very talented player. A lot of times you see that ball bounce, you wonder how that edge got set. That time there was the hold call, good call. Tennessee's more focused on the time than necessarily the down and the distance.
Peyton Wilson, you mentioned, Butkus Award winner last year for the Wolfpack, third-round pick of the Steelers. Would have been higher if not for his injury history. Just an outstanding linebacker they're trying to replace. Shovel pass, and this time North Carolina State had it sniffed out, and the big play by Sean Brown.
Yeah, Sean Brown and Caden Fordham actually had that play leveraged. No matter which way they were going to go, one guy was eventually going to get blocked. The other one would be free to make the play. So you said it. They've given up some plays, given up some yards to this particular play, but this time watch them walk up, and they're almost anticipating this, waiting for that little quick throw. Probably reading the offensive line. Maybe they tipped that off, but they did a great job almost just waiting for that ball to be flipped and then making the tackle.
So, Kirk, we're down to 33 seconds left in the half, and North Carolina State, after that pick six that Grayson McCall threw to Will Brooks, staggered a bit. Really important for Doran's team to try to keep Tennessee off the board right here before the half.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, Tennessee deferred, so they're going to get the ball to start the second half. And, you know, touchdown here to go to 24-3 with Tennessee getting the ball. You and I will be breaking down other games throughout the day and looking ahead to next week. But if they can get a stop here, we're still in this football game as far as seeing how competitive it could be.
Count me in for this game being competitive. Not that we root one way or the other. We just root for stories. We root for tight games.
Good games.
Like we had Sunday night between USC and LSU. And we may still wind up with here tonight as the Wolfpack defense has pushed Tennessee back. A little help from a penalty. Good play on the shovel pass. And now it's 2nd and 21 with just over half minute to play here in the first half.
Timeout, NC State. Their second timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Well, NC State calling the timeout here. I want to make sure that they do everything they can to keep Tennessee out of scoring range. You're going to see a lot of highlights coming up at halftime. Kevin Negandhi, Booger McFarland there too. Right now we're looking over and you see Nebraska is really turning up the heat against Colorado, and we'll show a little more in the second half. But that Notre Dame result today, the loss in Northern Illinois, was stunning.
It really, and it was one of those games, you know, sometimes you watch week 1, week 2, and as hard as the coaches try to warn players against respect your opponent, it's just human nature, especially Notre Dame had such a big game last week. I'm not saying they weren't prepared. Of course they were. You got to give a lot of credit to Northern Illinois. That was a massive win. This was not an accident if you watch that game. They stood right in the middle of the ring, went toe-to-toe with Notre Dame that entire game. So give them a lot of credit. But we're just looking at Notre Dame last week thinking, boy, they're going to be favored in every game they play.
Think about this. Huskies' first win against a top 10 opponent. Dave Doran, NC State coach, used to be the coach at Northern Illinois, coached them to an Orange Bowl, didn't coach in the Orange Bowl as he took the NC State job, but they've had some big moments, and that was certainly as big as they've had. Try to run a little tunnel out there as Iamaleava finds Caleb Webb, and Caleb picks up a few, but runs out of bounds, and Josh Heupel right there with the official, seeing if the clock was going to be stopped for out of bounds if he used a timeout. And the Vols will have one more timeout left in the half. They try to at least get into field goal range. As we take a look at this week's college football rankings brought to you by Verbo, a look at the AP poll. The selection committee rankings will come out much later in the season.
Remember that Alabama had that scare last year in Tampa against South Florida when they benched Jalen Milroe, and after that game he took over and eventually got on track. You could see 14-6 there. Texas with such an impressive win. We were there with College Game Day on the field, you and I watching the game. Place was electric, and Sark and Quinn Ewers and company kind of walked into that and just scored early, took the crowd out of the game, and I think just showed they're one of the top teams in college football. Just a all-around sound performance by the Longhorns.
I would say that first 2 weeks in, We know Georgia's excellent. We know Texas is excellent. And we suspect that Ohio State is, though they haven't really been tested.
Yeah.
Everybody else still trying to find their way, improve themselves.
Yeah.
3rd down and 13. 22 ticks remaining here in the first half. Tennessee trying to put some more points on the board. They keep it on the ground, and Sampson will be knocked down by Brandon Cleveland. That'll bring up 4th down, and a chance for Josh Heupel's squad to kick a field goal.
Yep, I think that entire drive, once they got behind the sticks, it was really just a matter of trying to get into field goal range, use this last time out, and try to get 3 points, be up 20-3 at half.
As we've mentioned, NC State took the opening kickoff, held the ball a long time, not able to put points on the board. So this is a double opportunity here for the Vols.
As we look back at just the first half, that drive where they possessed the ball, did a nice job of moving it down, unable to come away with any points, and then the pick 6. I mean, you look at those 2 offensive possessions for North Carolina State, and they got to think what could have been. But if you're a Vols fan, you're saying, hey, this is about our defense making plays, and they're right.
It was a big play by Will Brooks for sure. Looked for all the world as if NC State had the momentum going in to tie the game, in the 85-yard interception return, and that's where we have this margin as Max Gilbert has made one from 32 tonight, and this one's going to be 45. It would be a career long if Max can knock it through. And NC State, hey, you know what? Can't carry them over. No point in wasting them, so Doran will use his final timeout here late in the first half. We got a race to the college football playoff in a city that loves to race, and throughout the 4-team playoff era, it was largely a 4-car race that got there, and it was dominated by the SEC and Clemson with the bookend Big Ten titles on either end with Ohio State and Michigan. But now we're going to have some racing deals. We're going to have some rubbing-is racing, some bumper cars, and people that are maybe in the past wouldn't have been in with a loss or 2 or in consideration now. Tennessee, North Carolina State, if they could get it going. You see Bubba Wallace, who knows a little something about swapping paint.
Yeah, I like that. A lot more cars out there on the track.
Well, as you know, as a wise man once said, if you ain't first, you're last. Here's Gilbert from 45 to try to stretch the Tennessee lead to 17. Kick is on the way, and that is a career long, and the Volunteers head to the locker room on a high note. Grayson McCall had some moments, had the tough pick-6 interception, and Doran's got to rally in the second half.
That Tennessee defense, that's 10 straight quarters without allowing a touchdown. Go back to their bowl game in the first couple weeks, second longest active streak in FBS. Mizzou with 12 quarters.
Holly Rowe has Josh Heupel.
Well, Coach, you took advantage of some great situations, but none was more impressive than an 85-yard pick-6. How does that improve one's chances to get on a scholarship?
Really like the way our defense is playing right now, playing physical, playing assignment sound for most of it. We need to start faster in the second half.
Nico has looked good so far tonight. How do you assess his start here against a good opponent?
Guys played really well, been accurate most of the night, missed the one over the middle of the football field. But we come back, play smart football, play aggressive, and let's go play for another 30 minutes.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Holly hit Josh with a blindside blitz and actually got him to grin for a moment. Didn't commit to the scholarship, though he might. That's the end of the first half in Charlotte. Tennessee up 20-3 on NC State. The Ford halftime report is coming up right after these messages.
Post-game. He'll give it to him. Maybe post-game.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Scully.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
How you choose to power up is up to you. But if you want the horizon chasing, rubber burning, dream building, adrenaline pumping power to do, Ford is your starting line. Gas, hybrid, or all electric, the power is yours.
When you're a sports fan, nothing beats being there. And when you're with Amex Platinum, you never miss the next big moment. That's the powerful backing of American Express.
We are the Tennessee Volunteers. People who create connections, push boundaries, do the research that changes lives. We've got world-class academics and championship athletics. To be the best, you gotta learn from the best. And if you wanna lead, you gotta light the way. We've got what it takes. It takes a volunteer.
Hi. I have someone that I would like to introduce you to. My dad. Oh my gosh.
Well, hello, Joe.
I'm so excited.
This life should be fun. You only get to do it once.
I am feeling my inner youth coming out.
Old is a state of mind. We got a lot of living to do, and we're not done yet.
Welcome to the Ford Halftime Report.
It's been the defense and the running attack. Dylan Sampson, the touchdown. The Volunteers up 20-3 in Charlotte.
Yeah, and if you're NC State, you got to find some offense somewhere. Grayson McCall hasn't played well.
On ESPN right now, Nick Saban, our colleague, saw him on game day in Ann Arbor, now in Tuscaloosa, being honored with Miss Terry and family. Nick Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Meanwhile, number 4 Alabama on the field taking on USF. Jalen Milroe, 2 touchdowns on the ground, but really, like a year ago, he was benched against USF, and he's struggling here. This offense is struggling in general against the Bulls.
No doubt. This USF defense, they got after him a year ago. They're getting after him right now, Kev, and you got to give him a shout-out because even though Caleb DeBoer had a very successful debut, his offense hasn't gelled quite yet with Jalen Milroe, and USF is taking advantage of it.
Hey, 14-6, that game right now in the third quarter over on ESPN. He's Booger McFarland. I'm Kevin Nagani, but the big shock today happened in South Bend. Number 5 Notre Dame taking on Northern Illinois for the first time, and Riley Leonard, he'll go in for the touchdown, the transfer from Duke, his second start, first ever in South Bend. He goes in at 7-0. But here comes Northern Illinois. Ethan Hampton to Ontario Brown, who was all over the place offensively, the touchdown.
Yeah, just a bad angle by the DB. He went for the pick and not the tackle. Easy touchdown, and right now Northern Illinois is believing.
Here comes Jeremiah Love, and there he goes. The hurdle, 34 yards of the house. The Irish up by 1. But this can't happen. Under 6 minutes left. 2nd and 1. Leonard, he's picked off by a Marion Knighton.
Yeah, he's thrown into double coverage. He's late. All the cardinal sins of a quarterback. Riley Leonard, even though they got the big win in A&M, he struggled so far this season.
That would set up Cannon Woodall. Kicking the field goal.
It's going to be a party tonight at Northern Illinois, and number 92 is going to lead it.
Yeah, Mitch Jeter, he thought maybe, 62 yards, no shot. Yeah. The shocker. Northern Illinois, Thomas Hammock, you could celebrate and you could talk.
I'm so proud of our kids, the coaches, just everybody. They believed. They believed. And we came here and got it done. They listened to what I said. I told them all week, we don't need luck. We just got to be our best. And they was their best today, and we was able to get it done.
I've always said performance is a reflection of preparation. And, so we got to figure out where we failed in preparation. But it's disappointing. You go from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows in a tale of 2 weeks. But, we got to own this thing.
Irish are 4 touchdown favorites entering this game, and it's the first ever top 10 victory for Northern Illinois. Great for them. When you look, though, at the Fighting Irish here, where's the offense? Where's the explosive plays? There's nothing dynamic.
There seems to be a disconnection between new offensive coordinator Mike Denbrock, who came over from LSU, and Riley Leonard. He's trying to figure out what Riley does well. He knew what Jaden did well at LSU, and he won the Heisman, but right now there's a disconnect. And anytime Riley throws the football down the field, it's being picked off. The underneath passing game is not there. Denbrock has to get Riley Leonard on the move. He seems more comfortable. Notice the first touchdown, running the football. He seems more comfortable on the move, but they're going to have to figure out a way to back the defenses up and hit some more explosive plays.
By the way, the offense moved in that win against A&M because Riley Leonard ran with the football, right?
Used his legs, exactly.
Yeah, with no touchdown passes in the first 2 games for Riley Leonard as a Fighting Irish quarterback. Meanwhile, 111,000 in the Big House watching the defending champs take on Texas. All-time uniform game, and it's the second time these two teams and programs have met all time, and it's Quinn Ewers, the gunner helm. It was the Quinn Ewers show.
He was outstanding. The movement in and out of the pocket, on the move, the accuracy, throwing the football. He had Michigan off balance all day long.
Meanwhile, Ryan Wingo, the freshman, man, he has a great future that's bright with Arch Manning in a few years in Austin. 55 yards. Yeah, taken down inside, but Ewers then completes it to Jaden Blue. And how about this? It's Texas's largest road win against the top 10 team since 1979.
Man, I'm beyond pleased with how we played. And again, Coach Sark harped on, how much our poise and composure was going to help us in this game. And ultimately, that's what happened. We stayed poised. We had a couple false starts and holding penalties, but overall, I think we played a pretty clean game. And whenever we play clean games like that, we're a hard team to stop.
Keep an eye, October 12th, they've got the Sooners for Texas, and then the following week, they host Georgia, #1 in the country. They got Kentucky next week, and they handle Tennessee Tech. It's one of those, everybody gets to play, everybody gets a touchdown. 5 different players caught a touchdown pass from Carson Beck.
Simply put, Kev, it's a stat game. You want to get out, get your numbers, get your touchdowns, get your sacks. Nobody gets hurt. Everybody gets to play. We're going to party after the game. It was a good day for the Bulldogs.
Yes, it was. 41st straight regular season victory for this dog squad, #1 in the country, leaving no doubt. Meanwhile, #2 team, Ohio State, hosting Western Michigan. True freshman Jeremiah Smith. This is all about the yak.
Kev, it's a simple curl route. He takes a curl 70 yards. He's 6'3", Kev, 215 pounds, and he just outran the entire defense. Might be the best Buckeye receiver ever. Remember I said that.
Ever. 11 catches, 3 touchdowns in his first 6 quarters of his career. They are rolling 35-0 at the half. Meanwhile, you want to talk about a team rolling. That is Big Red. Nebraska taking on Colorado. Shedeur Sanders picked off right here by Tommy Hill.
Oh, no, you can't be late. And Shedeur Sanders, Kev, here's the thing. We came into the season saying the offensive line was going to be better, and it's not.
28-0 Nebraska at the break.
This halftime report is presented by Ford. Built Ford proud.
There are some things that work better together, like your workplace benefits and retirement savings. Voya provides tools that help you make the right investment and benefit choices so you can reach today's financial goals and look forward to a more confident future.
Voya, well planned, well invested, well protected.
If anyone here today who has reasons why these two shouldn't be together.
Stop! You can't do that. You can't watch football
without Tostitos. Want one?
I do.
You may now dip the chip. Congratulations.
What?
Tostitos, the official chip and dip sponsor of the NFL.
This isn't a commercial. This is our wedding.
Guys, can I have one? Starving.
We talk forever about the future. Worry about it, or wish it closer. We try to glimpse the places we'll go. From ocean depths to the far side of the moon. At NC State University, the future is a thing you make. With bright ideas, new tools, and a wolf pack behind you. Tell us where you're headed. We'll help you get there. NC State. Think and do.
Yo, partner.
We're not partners. I'm the detective and you are the consultant. I see you brought your baby to a crime scene.
She is just spectating.
You're a single mom with 3 kids pretending to be a cop.
I am not pretending. I spot things that detectives miss. Still think my theory's flimsy?
That big brain of hers is going to help us close a lot of cases.
I'm just out here super copping.
High Potential premieres September 17th on ABC.
You're watching the Ford Halftime Report.
This is the moment UFC fans have been waiting for.
I'm going to put on the greatest live sporting event anybody has ever seen.
The Sphere, one of the great entertainment venues in the entire world. Can't wait for that. Meanwhile, what is going on in Tuscaloosa? Teron Keith and USF This is mighty close, Boog.
And they always play them tough. They played them tough in Tampa, Kevin. Right now, the Bulls' defense is getting after Jalen Milroe.
Okay, well, it's 14-13. Meanwhile, number 18 LSU coming off that tough loss to USC, taking on Nichols and Colin Guggenheim. Whoa.
Who?
Colin Guggenheim.
Kev, I think you can run faster than him.
Put it in the Guggenheim. Right now, it's 23-21 on ESPN+.
The natives are restless.
They were favored by 46.5, meanwhile.
Cover that.
Cam Ward coming off that fantastic performance in the Swamp, taking on Florida A&M, which is 2-0, and Ward just taking his time. And how does he get open? Restrepo, the best wide receiver on the field.
How do we feel about the all-orange?
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
Well, when you win, it looks really good. Right now, 56-9. Speaking of winning and looking really good, Henry Parrish Jr., he was at Ole Miss, transferred to Miami, and now he's back at Ole Miss, and he's scoring touchdowns. He was all over the place, 4 touchdowns in this one.
And if they can run the football, this offense becomes even more dynamic. Quinshawn Judkins is now at Ohio State. Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss says, no problem, we got another one.
Average 12 yards per carry and 165 yards, 52-3 is your final. You hear that music? Monday Night Football cannot wait. Aaron Rodgers, can you play past 4 plays for the Jets taking on the Niners in the Bay Area? That game on ABC, ESPN, Amanicast on ESPN2. Tune into the Jets and Niners on ESPN Monday Night Football. Find this and every live event with where to watch only on the ESPN app and ESPN.com. Just tap for the ultimate guide to live sports.
This halftime report is presented by Ford. Built Ford proud.
Let's go to our next segment, Fairest Calls, inspired by Geico's fair and fast 24/7 claims.
Do we have to do the Geico stuff on here?
Yep, we do. Let's play the clip.
Holding, number 53, 10-yard penalty.
This literally happens every game. Can we just skip to the action?
Nope, nothing but fair and fast claims, just like Geico. Here's the next clip.
But I don't play the clip.
Pass interference, number 34.
Wow, doesn't get any fairer than this, boys.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Full-time fans, you give the season everything you've got, and I've got my eyes on you. I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm rewarding the most passionate fans. Because that kind of dedication deserves a Modelo.
It's the dawn of a new era in the SEC, and it's a whole new ballgame. We're bringing more to every practice, every pregame, every time we sing it, sling it, and swing it. Ask anybody. Nobody brings it like we do in the SEC. More than ever, it just means more.
Ready? Oh, absolutely.
Live, Sunday, September 15th, the Emmys come to ABC.
Cut it out, cut it out.
With awards for Best Drama, Comedy, and so much more.
Head to head, and one will be the winner.
Clock is ticking.
3, 2, 1.
I'm a winner. Showtime.
Let's begin, shall we?
The Emmys, live, Sunday, September 15th on ABC, and next day on Hulu.
Good evening, I'm Kenley Hargett. Let's catch you up with the latest stories happening this evening. Tracking the economy, national park tourism adds billions to the state's economy. There are 13 national parks in Tennessee. A new report shows more than 10 million people visited in 2023, bringing in $2 billion and adding 20,000 jobs. The latest jobs report reveals hiring nationwide picked up in August with 142,000 new jobs and an unemployment rate dipping for the first time since March. Tennessee's data from July 2024 shows the state is experiencing record low unemployment at 3%, the same it's been since May. The report shows 85 of Tennessee's 95 counties experienced lower or steady unemployment in July. The Federal Reserve is set to cut its key interest rate when it meets September 17th and 18th. News 2 takes you to local sites you probably never heard about. Hidden Tennessee all day Thursday in every newscast.
It's been a fantastic early fall day. Our first good taste of fall with that northeasterly breeze. It was gusting up to 20 to 25 miles an hour. A chilly start tomorrow morning, 40s in some of the outlying areas, low 50s in the city. We'll top out in the 70s for afternoon highs. Another chilly start on Monday, but a warming trend ahead after that.
Be sure to watch News 2 at 10 right after the game.
Full of choices. Quick, you can get your favorite stuff 3 for $5.
Pretty good.
Incredible value for a limited time. Reach in and eat whatever you grab. Arby's, we have the meats.
Ion, electrified. Hungok Tire.
This is the ACC, where greatness isn't just a goal, it's our relentless pursuit.
Well, there you go.
Where elite coaches and preeminent players constantly strive to redefine what's possible. Here, greatness knows no limits. Here, achievements speak louder than words, and legacies are cemented. This is the ACC, accomplished greatness.
It's the most consequential moment of this campaign. Now Kamala Harris, Donald Trump, face to face. The ABC News presidential debate, moderated by David Muir and Lindsay Davis. Tuesday night, live on ABC and streaming on Hulu and Disney+.
AI can feel exhilarating and overwhelming. I've gathered top experts in the field like Bill Gates, Sam Altman, and more to help us find out what it is. Join me for AI and the Future of Us, an Oprah Winfrey special, Thursday on ABC.
They say you can't have it easy, fast, and good. At Crystal, we say you can have it all. Get 2 delicious Crystals, a small fry, and a small drink for only $4.99. Easy, fast, and oh so good. Only at Crystal for a limited time.
Class-leading safety features at every turn. A Hyundai Tucson.
Get 1.99% APR for 60 months on the Hyundai Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Over the years, we've handed out some pretty large checks. But none have been bigger than the ones we've paid to the Order of the Students in the great state we call home. The Tennessee Lottery, proud to have raised more than $7.5 billion for education. Now that's some game-changing, life-changing fun.
Avoiding surgeries, that's our goal at the Kellum Stem Cell Institute.
Make an appointment today at the Kellum Stem Cell Institute. It might be the call that changes your life.
Step your game up with the Crystal Party lineup. When you cover the spread with Crystals by the sackful, spicy wings, chips, puffs, and fries, it's a touchdown for everyone. This is how you tailgate. Crystal.
Sports Extra presented by Shift 4, Sunday nights at 10:35.
Bring the fight to these boys. Every single play, from the first to the last.
Welcome back to Charlotte and the Duke's Mayo Classic. This is Saturday Night Football presented by Capital One. About to start the third quarter. Tennessee with a 20-3 lead on North Carolina State. East Davis, Kirk Herbstreit with you. Holly Rowe down on the field. So North Carolina State fought even for a while in terms of number of plays. Catastrophic turnover, now find themselves down 17. What do they need to do in the early part of the second half?
Yeah, that pick six, obviously a dagger. They're moving in with a chance to maybe put a touchdown on the board, and then
then you flip it the other way. It's almost like a 14-point swing. Biggest thing they have to do with a Dave Doran type of defense or team is their defense. Vols get the ball to start things off. You know they're not going to take their foot off the accelerator. They're going to continue to be aggressive and try to look for their opportunities. And I just think it's about North Carolina State's got to catch a break. Let's be honest. I mean, look at the scoreboard. You look at the way their offense is played. Vols defense is dominating. The only way they get back into this game is not just stops. They need short fields. That means they need turnovers.
Each team ran 31 plays in the first half. But Tennessee almost doubled the yardage that North Carolina State had, and that obviously is not including the 85-yard pick six. We've talked offense, but you take a look at our playbook brought to you by Modelo.
Yeah, I think anybody who watched this first half has got to be impressed with what you've seen. Look at James Pierce, known for his ability to rush the quarterback. Here he shows you what he can do, being able to defend the run. The speed and the effort of this defense. Look at Omari Thomas here. That's a third down play. Look at that, the white jerseys flying to the football. And Josephs here gets up in the air, forces that errant pass, and there's the safety, Will Brooks, who takes it all the way to the house for that big pick six for this Tennessee defense. So Tim Banks, the defensive coordinator, has got to be very pleased with this defense, not just at front, but the entire unit's playing great.
Heupel, known for his offense, he'll take that defense any day of the week. 10 straight quarters without a touchdown. None last week against Chattanooga. The shutout in the bowl game against Iowa in the first half here against North Carolina State. Colin Smith about to put a foot to it. And we are underway in Charlotte here in the second half. Ball will go into the end zone. It'll come out to the 25 for the Vols, Holly.
David Doran said they just have to finish drives. He said we put ourselves in a good position over and over again, and then silly mistakes end the drive. We have to start coming away with points. He does like how their offense has been able to control the clock and operate. It's just a matter of finishing the play.
You know, and Holly, just to speak, the red zone opportunities. They've had a couple. We talked about the pick six where they were driving to score. And earlier in that first half, they were down in the red zone, came away both times inside the 20 with no points.
So now Tennessee goes to work. Freshman quarterback Nico Iamaleava, 10 of 14 in the first half, 123 yards. He too threw a pick. First pass of the second half is complete, and he'll pick up about 4, finding Ethan Davis.
He had an efficient first half. He had the one interception, but 10 of 14. They have not been able to quite yet hit those big plays. He had the one down the left sideline, but that was about it. They've been running the ball.
Dylan Sampson looked as if he had room, but a good close there by the NC State defense will bring up third down. You don't want to get carried away with 14 minutes left in the third quarter, but this feels like an important third down. Iamaleava flips it out complete. Tennessee has the first down, and it's Squirrel White who will scoot out of bounds with a first down for the Vols.
Let's look at this real quick. They sneak him. He gets completely lost. Coming from the backside, fake, ball out in the flat. Defense is thinking run, and they're able to slide him out. Great call there by Josh Heupel.
22 yards on the pickup. NC State had one drive with a few explosive plays. That's been the biggest difference. Tennessee's been able to rip off chunks of yardage just like that. And Sampson was holding on for dear life to that football as the pack tried to strip it away.
The offensive line, really for most of this game, with North Carolina State playing this 3-3-5, they've been light at the line of scrimmage, and because of that, Josh Heupel is allowing them to dictate the play call. If you're going to be light up front, no problem. We'll be patient. We'll run the football. We'll hit the passes out quick underneath your coverage. North Carolina State almost has like a kind of even though they're aggressive, bend but don't break. Keep the ball in front, give up some rushing yards, give up the passes underneath. Just don't give up the quick strike.
Now, defensive coordinator Tony Gibson in his career has had success against this style of offense. But right now it's Tennessee having the success as Sampson spins his way inside the 30 down to the 28. Sean Brown stops him.
Well, if this offensive line can stay healthy this year, they're going to give most teams they play a lot to deal with.
Back to the ground again. They'll bring up a third down as Brandon Cleveland stops Sampson.
You know, they have been Joe Moore Award finalists the last 2 years, and they bring 4 of those starters back from that offensive line. And we did move John Campbell, who was a left tackle, over to the right side. He's back for his 7th year of college football, and they brought in Lance Hurd, who's now holding down the fort at the left side. So an abundance of experience. And like I said, the reason they're so tough is they can run the ball. And with Nico and his more experience he's going to gain, eventually they'll have a balanced attack.
Hurd a transfer from LSU. We know those 2 great tackles that the Bayou Bengals have. And this time, it is North Carolina State winning the battle at the point of attack. Sean Brown again the first to hit him.
Great job by Sean Brown. Boy, this is such a nice job of being able to come up into the line of scrimmage, understands the down and distance, so he got downhill in a hurry. And again, playing that will linebacker in this defense. Defense is built for him to fly around and make plays. He does it there.
Tennessee on 4th down. They need 3 to keep the drive going. Helmet communications off. Inside 15 on the play clock. Now 4. See if Nico gets it off. He does. Iamaleava will keep it himself. Nico has the first down inside the 20-yard line.
Kitzelman with a heck of a block, 87, lined up on that left side. And this gives you an idea. We keep talking about his athleticism and what he can bring to the table as a quarterback. They save it for critical moments when he's going to use his legs.
A little trouble with his snap, and now Nico takes a bit of a hit. He went down to be down right there. No harm, no foul, guys. Everybody continuing to play.
Reese got the hand up. Take it easy now. Take it easy. You know, Iamaleava reminds me of Hendon Hooker as far as what. Remember Hendon Hooker, different kind of runner. He's a special runner in this offense, and it gives you another man to account for when that quarterback run game gets going, and another player, defensive player, you got to bring down close to the line of scrimmage if they get that quarterback run game going.
Iamaleava pulls it, and it is an easy touchdown pass to Miles Kitzelman. The Alabama transfer scores for the Tennessee Volunteers.
But you run the ball, and the defense, as much as they've heard about respecting what this offense can do with play action, you just get lulled to sleep with your eyes into the backfield. Tight end's right here. He's been blocking, doing his job. Here they just show a little bit of a hesitation, blocks the in man just for a beat. Safety comes up thinking it's a run. Nobody picks him up. That's a blown assignment there by the North Carolina State defense.
Kitzelman gets into the end zone for the first time in his career, and it is good on Rocky Top right now. Big Orange up by 24.
I'm the team mascot, and boy, am I running late. But I got lead in my foot and spirit in my fingers. Woo! Oh, what a hit. And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, the cost to cover that might tank your season. So get Allstate, save money on auto insurance, and be protected from mayhem, like me. Woo!
Honey.
Honey.
NyQuil Severe Honey. Powerful cold and flu relief with a dreamy honey taste. NyQuil Honey. The honeylicious nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine.
Today, let's paint with Behr, America's most trusted paint brand.
Wait, we don't have Behr.
Well, with Behr, you can paint a whole room for under $100. How much did you spend?
More.
I thought you said you researched this.
Don't overpay for your next project. Get Behr quality at an everyday low price. Only at the Home Depot.
There is nothing like a Wendy's Frosty. It's cool. It's creamy. It's only $1 right now. Wait, what? The one and only Frosty is $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary obligated to act in your best interests.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a transparent fee structured so we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Check-in time is 3.
It's 2:55.
I know.
Is this what he's doing now?
As your host, I have some rules. First, no showers longer than 5 minutes. This isn't a spa. No games, no fun.
Yes, Coach.
Meanwhile, at a Verbo, when other vacation rentals make you share your turf with a host, try one you have all to yourself.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add mountain cold refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
You know who I am, ain't had to say my name. Stick it up like stitches, but this money ain't a star. I get money, I'm a star. I get money, I'm a star.
Dancing with the Stars premieres live September 17th.
There is the College Football Playoff National Championship Trophy presented by Dr. Pepper. It will be awarded Monday night, January 20th in Atlanta. First year of the 12-team College Football Playoff. And right now, based on what we've seen the first 2 weeks, particularly today and some of the games that are still going on right now, pretty wide open race for that trophy, assuming Georgia, Texas, and Ohio State just don't pound everybody in their path.
Boy, Alabama, I don't know what it is about the USF Bulls, but they are once again in a battle.
Coached by former Tennessee assistant Alex Goldwyn.
That's right.
A really good job at USF, Holly.
Well, when we talked to Nico Iamaleava this week, asked him what his driving factor is in his competitive nature, in his drive to be great, he said it's his family. He is the third child of 8 children, and he said his family is his everything. He's very proud of his Polynesian heritage from Samoan descent, a custom that they do and perform in California, where he grew up in Long Beach. And that is his dad, Big Nick. His mom is a breast cancer survivor. Just a really beautiful, loving family who has made Nico the man that he is. And he said dad pushes him. He's hard on him, but he loves that his dad makes him as great as he is.
Well, he's certainly enjoying what he's seen tonight, Holly, and things are starting to unravel a little bit for the Wolfpack. On that kickoff, they had a personal foul called on the return team, so the last thing they need is bad field position, but that's not what they have after the penalty backs him up half the distance to the goal after the touchback. Still a long way to go, but they need to get something started, and that is not happening. Kirk just showed you how great that D-line's been, and they come up big again.
And Joshua Josephs is going to be a future star for this defense. You'll see him mainly when it's rushing downs because he's so quick. He's a little bit undersized, but here, very simply, just gets off a block and does a nice job of protecting the edge of this defense. 6'3", 245, a junior. Had a great camp. Very excited about what he's going to be able to do. You put he and James Pierce on the field together as pass rushers. A lot of speed.
And knocked down immediately after catching it is Justin Jolie, and the flag's going to come in right there, and that was not a smart play by Jermod McCoy.
And Keenan Peely, middle linebacker, 11.
After the play was over,
came in a little bit late.
Number 11, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, automatic first down.
I beg your pardon, McCoy made the good play, and it was Peely who made the poor one.
Yeah, just a hustle play where he just didn't let up. You know, he's the leader of that defense. Nobody knows better than him. He got these guys pinned back. You just put up 27-3, and then here he just doesn't let up. You know, he's a player that's worked very hard to come back from that injury in the opener last year with that tricep. Great to see him back. He had 25 starts at BYU and really takes over the middle of that defense now that he's healthy. There, he just made a mental error.
Was really excited to make his Neyland Stadium debut. When he was hurt last year, they were playing in Nashville in the opener. There is a flag down on the field as Jolie makes another catch for the Wolfpack. We'll see what the flag's about.
Offside, defense number 90. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
Wolfpack needed that one to go in their favor, and it did. So they've gotten out of the shadow of their own goalpost, moved it up to the 38. Grayson McCall tonight's hit 13 out of 19. He has thrown an interception, just 106 yards. Jordan Waters in the backfield. 4 of his 6 carries on the night have gone for negative yardage.
Full start. Offense, number 56. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's the center, Zeke Correll, transferred over from Notre Dame, the guy they've counted on to sort of stabilize the middle of that offensive line. It'll be 1st and 15 as the Wolfpack tries to get something going. McCall feeling the heat, now gets rid of it. A flag comes down behind the play. Waters is in the open field. He gets down close to the 45-yard line, but a flag was in the backfield, and now there's another flag thrown over close to the NC State sideline.
Anthony Carter, the left guard, on the hold. And then on the tackle, looked like a horse collar from Tennessee.
So all of a sudden, Cole Kneppel's crew out of the Big Ten's been a little bit busy.
Holding. Offense, number 75. 10-yard penalty, previous spot. Repeat first down. There's no foul for a horse collar tackle on the play.
So they picked up the second flag, and things not going their way.
Yeah, 75 there, right in the middle with Tellender coming through on that blitz. Beats him, gets the edge, and then he just, look at that, locks up the jersey there. And NC State going backwards again.
It has been a long night for the most part for NC State, and it has particularly been a long second half of the second quarter and first half of the third quarter. Down 27-3. Now needing 25 on first down. And McCall has the ball knocked free, and Tennessee is signaling that they've got it. And the Volunteers have made another big play, it appears, and they have.
Grayson McCall does not take care of the football as he steps up. He's trying to maybe potentially get it out to the outside to Raphael. Gets the ball away from his body. Bailey knocks it away. Ball is free. I think Bailey actually ends up falling on top of that for the recovery. So he knocks it loose, sees that ball in one hand. McCall trying to get it out there to our right to zero. But once he got it away from his body, just great awareness by the big defensive line. What a game, as advertised, the Tennessee defensive front collectively has had.
And Tennessee already in firm control can really make the mountain close to insurmountable here if they turn this into a touchdown. Taking over at the 22-yard line. Iamaleave leading this Tennessee offense. Done a good job running it. Sampson's been a tough runner all night. And Dillon, who's getting up close to 100 yards on the evening, goes over 90 with that carry.
How about if you're a Tennessee fan, you think back to the Iowa game, the game against Chattanooga, and tonight, 3 starts for this young quarterback. He's outscored them as a team 131-6. It's a program-altering talent at quarterback for Tennessee.
Sampson finds some room. They've got some program-altering guys in that defensive front, too, and a lot of them.
Well, I hope you saw a late roll-up on an offensive lineman. Good to see that he is up, the Tennessee offensive line.
It's Andre Karic, I believe.
When he went down, it didn't look good, but good to see him back up on his feet. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good run. I mean,
yeah.
I know it's going to get a lot tougher, right? This is where he gets rolled up on.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
This age of football, when you shut people down like that, is pretty huge. Iamaleava dancing around, but this time the Wolfpack gets to him in the backfield. Sean Brown's had a really good night for this Tony Gibson defense.
Sure has. We got another flag down. Looks like it came in a little bit late.
And we'll sort it out. They're going to call the hold. Seemed to be the preliminary signal.
Holding on the offense, number 74. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
So Josh Heupel will send out the field goal unit to try to extend this lead. After the turnover, perhaps best case scenario for this Wolfpack defense to keep the Volunteers out of the end zone. This will be a 36-yard attempt for Max Gilbert. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Had a career-long 45-yarder right at the end of the first half. Gilbert puts it on the way, and he is solid as a rock, and Tennessee is rolling on top 30-3 in Charlotte.
I'm going to give you this designer bag if you can prove to me that you know your finances.
Well, let's do it.
How many subscriptions do you have?
Probably just
Redacted.
in Spotify.
All right, it's saying you have 13 subscriptions, which is costing you around $270 a month.
What? The app is telling you all of this?
It shows you all your expenses in one place, and it can even help you create a budget, which I think you need.
Coming for me, but okay.
Don't worry about those 13 subscriptions you didn't know you had. You can cancel the ones you don't want right through the app, and it can even help you try and get a refund.
The truth about DIY is you never really do it all by yourself.
Because this setup took 2 videos and a quick demo.
You can change your color here.
And all of this started here, detoured here, and ended
down here.
And this pizza wasn't delivery. This was.
I wonder if they do have it.
We do. So whenever you start a project,
Don't worry.
you're not alone.
We can do this together.
So what are you working on?
Thursday night football on Prime. It's on.
Ready to have some fun?
This week, it's Buffalo versus Miami as Thursday night football is back. AFC East division rivals battle it out in a high-powered offensive showdown you won't want to miss.
What a catch!
It's Josh Allen and the Bills
Unreal.
versus Tua and the Dolphins. Stream Thursday night football only on Prime.
All right, here we go.
No. What's my next step?
You break it, we take it.
We can take it.
Trade in any phone in any condition at Verizon for the new Google Pixel 9 with Gemini.
Give me a recipe with these ingredients.
Let's do that one.
Only on Verizon.
I didn't have to spend my life trying to find my calling. Mine found me at an early age. There was no question of what I wanted to be. It was just a matter of how good I could get and how far I would go.
At Ram, our calling is to build trucks. So when you find your calling, nothing can stop you from answering it.
The Duke's Mayo Classic is brought to you by Duke's Mayo. Welcome to Duke's Country. Visit dukescountry.com.
Boy, Neil Brown took it.
Yeah, he did. You know, tradition in the bowl season, the dumping of the mayo on the coaches.
Or drink it.
And then, well, this is tonight. This is the contest.
Look at far left. He's going to work down there. He's not giving up. Look at this. He said the heck with it. Beard. Look at Beard in the middle. Wow. What an effort.
I mean, I want to tell you, Duke's Mayo is a fine condiment. There's no question about this.
Yeah.
But I think...
Would you drink it like that?
No, I think a little more discretion, a little more, spreading it out.
On a turkey sandwich, it's terrific.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Put it on, some corned beef or turkey, ham.
You ate corned beef today.
Oh, man. We had one from Zingerman's there in Ann Arbor on the way down. It's tremendous as we take a look at tonight's Sonic Drive-In Recap.
Well, we're going to talk about what makes this offense tough to deal with when they get their running game going. And it's what a lot of the SEC defenses are going to worry about with Josh Heupel in this offense. See what they do. They kind of lull you to sleep with the tight ends. He told us this week, when we have tight ends, we're very tough to beat. Kitzelman here blocking. Then they lull you to sleep with a very similar action. Eyes are in that backfield. You lose the tight end. And that's what you deal with the entire package of this offense.
The number you mentioned earlier, outscoring the opponents 134-6 in Nico's 3 starts.
Yeah, Maliava, the one thing you're going to want to continue to see is outside of Squirrel White, who can be that vertical threat? Is it Brew McCoy? Is it Dante Thornton? Is it Brazel? Like, they've got to be able to find some threats when they get into conference play, being a complete offense and how they can attack.
McCall finds Hollywood Smothers, and I mean, they are setting their hair on fire and causing wrecks everywhere. Arian Carter in there. Boy, they're playing ball.
Peely's going to get a lot of the attention, but I think Arian Carter is their next superstar at outside linebacker. 6'1", 234 out of Smyrna, can fly to the football, and just the entire defense. Ricky Gibson getting involved there, 7 Carter. Just fun to see a defense early in the year playing with the kind of confidence that this Tennessee defense is playing with right now.
I'm a believer in moving teams around in the early part in the rankings. This looks like a top 10 team or better to me.
Yeah.
Grayson McCall fires in the middle, pick. Or tipped, almost picked. Brooks almost had another one.
Disguising the looks. Here they show blitz in the middle, bail out, come from the outside. McCall feels it, senses it. Actually, if the crosser didn't get in the way, Concepcion makes that catch for a nice reception.
Well, you saw the frustration from KC.
Yeah.
He got the ball a lot early in the game, and they haven't been able to get him loose. Wolfpack has failed on his last 5 third down conversion attempts. Pierce makes McCall step up. Grayson gets away, still on his feet. Grayson McCall slides. Did he start the slide a little too soon? It's going to be close. Let's see.
But like you say, it's where he starts the slide and where the ball is. They're just rushing 4. And there's Pierce. Forces him to step up. Good awareness of where that first down marker is. And because of that, going forward with the feet, where the ball is, he's going to be about a half a yard short.
Well, down 30-3, trying to get something going, and you see the frustration from Grayson. He's played a lot of ball.
Against this D-line, this isn't easy.
Nope.
I think Tennessee may have called a timeout there. They did.
Well, Heupel not willing to concede an inch. Nor should he. Still third quarter. 4th down, NC State trying to convert and keep possession. Down big, trying to make a miracle rally here in Charlotte.
You know why I love Halloween?
Why?
People give me Kit Kats for free.
Son, you're 8. All your Kit Kats are free.
Happy Halloween. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
Did you know taking Zysol at night relieves allergies while you sleep? So you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
At Papa John's, we start with better. Like our fresh, never frozen dough made from 6 simple ingredients. And our dough can save you dough. Get 2 or more Papa Pairings favorites for just $6.99 each. Order now on the app from Papa John's.
All right, sandworms out of the basement and the furnace has been exorcised. Another Progressive home and auto bundle fully protected from the unexpected.
Beetlejuice caused quite a ruckus, huh?
Jamie, don't say his name.
Beetlejuice?
Saying his name 3 times is how you summon him.
Right. What if I say other words in between? Does that restart it?
Don't overthink it.
Or what if I broke it up into 2 parts? Like someone said, what's your favorite bug? Beetle. What's your favorite morning beverage?
You're welcome.
Beetlejuice in theaters now.
As a stylist, I know it can be hard to find time for a haircut. With the Great Clips app, you can put your name on the list from anywhere and head to the salon when it's time for your cut. A great haircut plus more time for what you love. That's Great Clips.
The first time you try Bounce, it hits you. Your laundry feels way fresher and less wrinkled. You start to wonder, if I put a sheet of Bounce on my boss, will it make his wrinkles smoother? Bounce can't do it all. But for better laundry, put a sheet on it with Bounce.
On Season 7 of Fansville by Dr. Pepper, the new era of college football has arrived.
What's it mean, Sheriff?
A 12-team playoff. It's here. And it's getting stranger than ever.
Someone's stealing our signs!
Dad, is it true that I was born a Tech fan?
No!
The landscape is shifting.
I hate Menu Conference.
The cast is growing.
I'm a new character.
And the game is changing.
They didn't put Dr. Pepper in this game? So unrealistic. We waited 11 years for nothing.
College football, it's a Pepper thing.
Okay, everybody got their Dos Equis playbooks? Good. There's only one play. Go for Dos. That means when we get a chance to go big, we take it. Let's roll some tape. 2 seats in an okay position, but the front row would be a huge score. The usher is playing lockdown D. Watch how they execute. With the Dos Equis vendor as lead blocker. Sneak, scramble, take it to the house. Flawless. That's how you...
T-Mobile savings, take one.
Miss me.
Try just standing and say, at T-Mobile, you get tons of benefits and you can still save versus the other guys. Forget it. Check out the T-Mobile Savings Calculator to see how much you can save.
Are these my only lines?
They sure are.
Television's biggest night, the Emmys, live Sunday, September 15th on ABC.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, celebrating the challenge of road games everywhere. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear is more driven. And next Saturday, College game day headed not far from here. Columbia, South Carolina, LSU taking on Shane Beamer's Gamecocks after they dismantled Kentucky.
Wow,
today.
did they ever?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one coming. Congrats to Shane Beamer and the Gamecocks. And here comes LSU. They won decisively tonight, or they're winning big, so that'll be a lot of fun.
You guys
early kick.
Call the game?
I think we have. Chris Fowler will be back from U.S. Open. Holly Rowe, myself.
I think the plan is to go inside Williams-Brice Stadium for the final hour of the show. And Grayson McCall on 4th down trying to get to that yellow line. And the Tennessee front is just way too much for the Wolfpack tonight.
And that's why Josh Heupel called a timeout. Give his defensive line a chance to dig in and penetrate right here and get these backers flying downhill. You know they're going to probably run this up the middle. Look at that penetration. Are you kidding me with this defense? That's Tyree West that got in there 42. See how quick they got off the football? And there's the middle linebacker who they missed so badly last year, Peely. And the rest of those white jerseys just flying to the football. You could tell the personality of a defense by how they pursue and run to the football. Tim Banks doing a great job with his defense over the last 4 years. Like I said, through recruiting, through development, getting more scholarships, they feel, even though they're inexperienced in that back end, more depth, more speed, and a better defense.
Tennessee back to the ground, short game there, and continuing the thought on the defense for Tennessee. I asked him this week about the secondary because they lost 11 guys either to the pros or to the portal in the back end, and his response was, we're going to give them time to mature, but the first thing you need when you have a great secondary is a great defensive front, and we think we've got that.
Yeah, and they definitely
it tonight.
How about tonight against the run? They faced 18 runs, 10 of them. They've made contact in the backfield.
Iamaleava taking a shot, looking for Brew McCoy, and he goes out of bounds. Brandon Cisse on the coverage. That could have been big because, you know, Brew McCoy's the Moonshine Mountain Cookie guy.
Yeah, he actually runs. He runs out of bounds with that left foot. So even if he caught that football and got a foot down, he's already out of bounds and ends up not getting the foot down anyway. That's why you see the referee take the hat off as the indicator there.
To clarify about the cookies NIL deal, if Brew scores when you go into the cookie shop in Knoxville on Monday, you get 2 free ones.
And they're fantastic.
They are delightful.
They're nice enough to drop those off. Variety.
Nico is going to waltz into the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee, 31 yards. And a can of whooping has been opened in Charlotte.
And again, I look at this as more of imagining them down the road. They go to Norman, Oklahoma in a couple weeks, big games in the SEC coming up. And you're just envisioning this offense continuing to grow with this young quarterback. We've seen a lot of zone, a lot of sitting back. Well, this time, North Carolina State, they decide to man up. Bringing pressure right here. Got all this pressure. Problem is, there's nobody in the middle of the field. So you get one block from the right guard here, and watch how this frees it up. And he's got the speed to make you pay for this. 6'6" and can go, but without that safety in the middle of the field to be an eraser, you get the one block by the right guard who's pulling around there, Spraggins, and the linebackers are blitzing. There's no safety. Everybody's in man coverage. You better be careful playing man coverage against this offense. This aggressive pylon cam showing 8 go into the end zone for that touchdown. And if you're a Vols fan, you are very, very excited to see where this team can go.
Longest run of his career at a place that has a number of storied quarterbacks. Condridge Holloway, Heath Schuler, certainly Peyton Manning, Hendon Hooker. Nico Iamaleava is certainly off to a great start in the pursuit of that greatness, Holly.
Well, he's actually leaned on some of those great quarterbacks of the past to learn how to prepare better. Nico said that he learned that Hendon Hooker woke up early, got into the building and watched film, so he has started to copy that, something he learned from Hendon. Then he went to Joe Milton, learned how he did his preparation. He's even talked to Peyton Manning about his Sunday prep after he would play in the NFL, what he would do the following days of the week. He said his heavy day of prep is Tuesday, but he's trying to take a little bit from all of those greats, pick everybody's brains so that he can be the best version of himself as just a very young redshirt freshman.
Well, Holly, he's got the Big Orange Nation excited, and boy, things are just coming apart for North Carolina State as they fumble, and Tennessee has it, and making the play is Jeremiah Thielander.
I think that ball just ends up hitting the, I don't know if it was the elbow, but the exchange with Jordan Waters. McCall just loses the football.
It has been a nightmarish few moments for Grayson McCall.
Let's see where that ball, I don't know if he was expecting the ball to be handed to Waters, or if it's just the ball ends up. Here's a good look at it right here. Yeah, that right elbow looks like it hit the football. And a good heads-up play by the Vols defense, again, getting yet another turnover and giving Iamaleava the offense in great field position.
Now Tennessee has a chance to really pour it on and keep it on the ground. Sean Bishop back in there, running back for Heupel.
It's early in Iamaleava's career, but do you feel that he could become a program changer as far as a Johnny Manziel, a Cam Newton, a Tim Tebow? Do you think he has the potential not just to be a good quarterback, but to lure other recruits in, to change an image, to change an entire culture of expectations?
It's pretty lofty company, but as it pertains to that, guys wanting to play with him being perfect for this offense, I can definitely see that aspect of it. I'm going to need to see a little more before I put him up there with Cam.
Sure.
Although that's not going to hurt his cause if they've been able to be pulled in by Dante.
I'm not putting him there. I'm just saying with the hype they anticipate. I did Johnny Manziel's first game with Brent, and when they played Florida, and it was a good Florida team, and Johnny was a different kind of player because of the style that he played with, and it was just, oh my gosh, a star is born. And I'm with you. I mean, I want to see a much more, but I just think within the offense, his demeanor, the work ethic, the humility, what Holly just reported on, his willingness to reach out to others for wisdom. I don't know. It just feels like it could be something, not to mention the Vols are already building with Josh Heupel.
And it comes out nice, and he finds an open man again. It's Kitzelman who has the first down. What a night for Miles Kitzelman.
I mean, I'm just saying as a program, they are heading in the right direction even before this. Go back 2 years ago with Hendon Hooker. They're right in the mix late in the year until the upset in Columbia against South Carolina. Nice gesture there by the quarterback.
As Noah Potter, veteran defensive lineman, on his third stop, Ohio State, Cincinnati. Brother was an outstanding college basketball player. You see Nico heading over. Here are the 3 starts, and nothing but success has followed number 8 around.
And again, it's not just about being an individual star. I mean, you could look at his numbers and say, whatever. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in him winning and how he affects the defense and how he affects the entire overall operation. This is what I think is not yet known about him, is the ability to use his feet here off schedule, being able to make a throw. We know about his arm strength. We know about the accuracy and what he can do. But the offensive line deserves a lot of credit as well. They've opened up holes for him and others to run the football. It seems like every time he drops back to throw, he's back there, you know, with plenty of time. So, again, he'd be the first one. I'm sure he'll say it after the game. You know, it's not just me. As much as people want to point the finger at me, it's all of us. And he's right. It's a good group early in the year. It's going to be exciting to, again, see where they can grow and how high they can go.
Kirk, you've pointed it out a couple of times tonight. You've got 4 seniors on that offensive front, and then a really talented left tackle in Lance Hurd. And they have taken care of business tonight. Iamaleava is hit as he throws, and now that's going to be a pick, and we might have a pick 6 from Aiden White. White's on his way. Does he have enough gas? Is he going to be caught from behind? He is not. Davin Van knocked the ball up into the air and got in Iamaleava's face, and it turns into a touchdown for the Pack.
Yeah, Davin Van makes the play. We just talked about how great this offensive line is with the seniors and the experience and how much they've protected him. And right on cue, Van, who's the playmaker for this North Carolina State defense, is able to split the right side and get the pressure. And right as Iamaleava wants to throw this football, right there on the follow-through, he just got his left arm up there, and the ball went straight up into the air.
Tremendous pass rush. And there haven't been many areas of this game in which NC State has outperformed Tennessee, but their pick 6 went 87 yards. Tennessee's only went 85.
Iamaleava really, I don't think, expected this kind of penetration to get in there. He's looking out there. He's got a one-on-one matchup, but look how powerful and how quick. That's the first time really we've seen Van take over and get that kind of pass rush, and the beneficiary is White. Campbell's saying, hey, that one's on us up front.
Well, White, the last 2 years, has not allowed a touchdown in coverage, and then he gets one of his own.
What I love is that NC State's still fighting. I mean, this game is over, and it'd be very easy to just kind of go through the motions. And there's Van making a play to get pressure on the quarterback like that. So it says a lot about what NC State's about, continuing to play hard.
Couldn't agree more, and that's been a hallmark of Dave Doran's entire coaching career, and particularly his time at NC State, winningest coach in Wolfpack history. Trying to get the Pack to the top of the mountain in the ACC. It's been a long time. They haven't won the conference since 1979. They believe they have a chance this year. Hasn't been their best night tonight, but still fighting all the way. Kickoff will go into the end zone. It'll come out to the 25, and we go to Kevin Nagandi.
RD, time now for a Chick-fil-A move on the field. Things mighty close in Tuscaloosa. Fourth quarter here. It's 14-13 Bama over USF. And Kobe Prentice, touchdown right here to make it 21-13 with under 10 minutes to go on ESPN. And check out this other score in the SEC. That is number 15, Oklahoma, only up by 2 against Houston. That game on the SEC network, early parts of the fourth quarter. Back to you, Reese.
Kevin, Tennessee and Texas holding down things for the SEC, as Georgia did last week. But elsewhere, it's been shaky. I mean, Auburn lost to Cal today in an ACC-SEC matchup. You have Oklahoma and Alabama struggling against teams that most thought they would put away.
And this was after last week.
Right.
You know, they didn't look as dominant as you'd expect them in some of those head-to-head matchups a week ago.
Arkansas today had an opportunity in Stillwater, let it get away in double overtime. Great comeback for Oklahoma State. The conference thing gets overblown sometimes, but the Big 12 still had a good day.
Sure did.
You know, really had a good day.
Fighting Illini, though, able to knock off Kansas. And that's a final now, 23-17. Good job by their defense playing at home. It's a big one for Bielema.
The 15-yard penalty against NC State moved the ball out to the 40 after the pick six. And as you mentioned earlier, Wolfpack still in there scrapping as we're headed down toward the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter.
Shipley, 88, coming into this game. Chance to make a difference and bringing some energy with him.
Bring up a 2nd down and 11.
Band's doing a good job tonight.
Yeah. Both bands performed at halftime. A lot of folks in red have thought, okay, we'll come back and live to fight another day. They've got Louisiana Tech next week. Some have emptied out. Tennessee still in here soaking it up, Holly.
Well, Dylan Sampson has been terrific running the ball tonight. He's added some weight for this premier role that he's accepting this season, about 12 pounds. He told me he's eating a ton of chicken. He's taking protein smoothies between snacks, PBJ, boiled eggs. He's added about 12 to 14 solid pounds. And his strength and conditioning coach said that they measure about 25 different metrics, and he is off the chart in all of them. Best power output, top acceleration. He's showing that he can be a featured back.
Went to Eddie Lacy's high school, Dutchtown, outside of Baton Rouge, and broke his career rushing record. Now Nico's going to answer. Got a wide open man. It's Miles Kitzelman, 2nd touchdown of the night and of his career. But there is laundry on the field just short of the 50-yard line. And I think the 57-yard touchdown's going to come back.
When you scramble.
Offense, number 66.
Boiling hot dogs.
Repeat 3rd down.
When you scramble like that, you got to be careful. The lineman getting downfield. We were just about to say what a good job of you get out of there. You keep your eyes downfield. His vision was downfield, waiting for somebody to break free. And, man, it was about to be a massive night for the big tight end. But watch the offensive line. Here's your tight end. Watch this offensive lineman as he starts to scramble. And right there, you got a couple guys getting downfield. Kitzelman, boy, he's already had a really big night. I think that was close.
I mean, I was trying to find, they usually give you 3 yards in college, and
that was a couple yards.
Yeah.
It was too good of a play to throw.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's got to be clear cut, unless my eyes were deceiving me and I missed someone there. At any rate, it's 3rd and 12. Shovel pass. And this time Sampson breaks the tackle. He's got the 1st down. He's in NC State territory, and he powers down to about the 41-yard line. 21-yard pickup.
How good looking is Dylan Sampson, man? And they keep going to this play, and actually they're waiting for it. They're sitting there. Sean Brown looks like he's going to make a play on it, but he just shakes him. You know, again, they talked about how he had 133 yards in a bowl game. He knew he was going to take over with Jalen Wright moving on to the Dolphins. Jabari Small no longer here. Much bigger, more durable, vision, patience, upper body strength. Man, he looks like a nice back in this offense. Fits perfectly.
Final 17 seconds of the 3rd quarter. Brandon Cisse is the Wolfpack player that's being checked out by the training staff. He's played well tonight, made a couple of plays, and NC State's been up against it for much of the night. Holly, more on Dylan Sampson, who's flourishing tonight as the feature back.
Well, here's the thing. Every single thing he does well. He was a 4.0 student in high school. He was the homecoming queen. He went on a mission trip in the offseason to Botswana. Everything this young man puts his mind to, he is going to be excellent at. He's been on the SEC honor roll. He's one of those guys that pays attention to the details, and he said, my dad used to always tell me, I'm not going to force you to do anything, but when you decide to do it, you better pay attention to the details and be excellent at it, and that's what we're seeing from Dylan Simpson.
Great advice from Dad. Total package, number 6. Love to hear that.
He's a couple of yards away from having his second 100-yard game of this young season, going back-to-back. And there's a quarter to play in Charlotte. Tennessee firmly in control on top of NC State. 37-10, all smiles for Hypo, Iamaleava, and Tennessee.
So this is pickleball? It's basically tennis for babies, but for adults. It should be called wiffle tennis. Pickle! Yeah, These guys are intense. We got nothing to worry about. With E-Trade from Morgan Stanley, we're ready for whatever gets served up.
Dude, you gotta work on your trash talk.
I'd rather work on saving for retirement. Or college, since you like to get schooled. That's a pretty good burn, right? Got him.
Game.
Thanks for coming to our clinic. First one's free.
This is the one who keeps it moving. He stocks the right parts and knows just where to find them. Because this is about more than business. The industrial-grade products you need. Call, click, or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Let game day begin!
Grab a Pepsi and make your game day epic.
Patients who have sensitive teeth but also want whiter teeth, they have to make a choice, one versus the other. New Sensodyne Clinical White that provides 2 shades whiter teeth as well as providing 24/7 sensitivity protection. Patients are going to love to see Sensodyne on the shelf.
Michelob Ultra, superior like beer.
What's Danny doing?
He saved so much bundling home and auto with the personal price plan that he got excited.
Bundle is live!
And bundled football with football.
Bundle, amigo! You got bundle! Bundle is live!
Field goal!
Bundle and save with the personal price plan. Field goal.
So do you kick it or pass it?
Yeah. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
What is your emergency?
My name's Morgan Guillory. I'm a single mom with an IQ north of 160. Helping the cops solve a murder is literally the easiest part of my day.
I see you brought your child with you to a crime scene.
Got a dead body. Gotta go.
Charlotte, sink your teeth into a culinary oasis with show-stopping chefs, mixology magicians, and craft beer on a whole new level. Made for fine food fanatics, endless Epicurean adventures lead to full bellies and hearts. Plan your trip at charlottesgotalot.com.
You've always wanted to make a difference in the world. At the Tennessee Department of Correction, each day brings an opportunity to help change lives and create a safer Tennessee. Starting salary for correctional officers is $44,500, plus a $5,000 sign-on bonus, paid training, great benefits, and a chance to earn your college degree. Start your career in law enforcement today by visiting tn.gov/correction and clicking Join Our Team.
Charlotte, those who wander are never lost here. Made for pint-sized pathfinders, nature novices, and outdoor explorers. Meet fellow fresh air followers in this idyllic urban oasis. Plan your trip at charlottesgotalot.com.
When the weather is the news, turn on to the News 2 Weather at the...
Welcome back to the Dukes Mayo Classic. This is Saturday Night Football presented by Capital One, and it has been an impressive performance by Josh Heupel's Tennessee Volunteers, ranked 14th coming in. I would surmise, given all the trouble that some highly ranked teams elsewhere are having, that Tennessee might see a move up in the polls, but a long season here. Nico Iamaleava off to a scintillating start in his career. Guy to build around, dancing out of trouble. Iamaleava will step out of bounds and inside the 40, maybe just inside the 35-yard line.
And just slippery, you know? I mean, and taking a play that potentially a sack and a -4, and just being able to step up like that, and then the speed. He's got really good speed for as long as he is at 6'6". I mean, you go from being second and 12, second and 14, to second and 4.
He was known on the, Elite 11, 7-on-7 type circuits for his penchant for wearing pajama pants out there and still spinning the football all over the place. We asked him about that this week. He goes, just keep those at home now. Yeah. Well, what he's going to do is get Tennessee home by giving it to Dylan Sampson and give number 6, 34 yards to the house.
Well, they love the counter play. They've run it so many different ways where they pulled the backside guard, they pull the H. This time they're going to pull around the big left tackle, Lance Hurd. The patience of Sampson. Wait, let the blocks, and then he beats the last man. Great backs are going to beat that extra man down in the box, and White, the corner, really no chance at all. And I'll tell you, Sampson now 3 straight 100-yard games if you go back to the Iowa game. This kid really looks good.
The heart of Josh Heupel's offense has always been the ability to run the ball in addition to spreading it all over the place. They've got a dude that can do it. Sampson's had a night. Basically, everybody in the Stormtrooper white and orange has been rolling and dancing.
With NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you can spend Sundays with your teams, all in one place. Watch every game, every Sunday.
Thanks.
What'd you get?
Oh, I got another double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double hot, double calf, double sweet. Hey, did you know that Discover doubles your cash back at the end of the first year?
You are cut off.
You earn, we match.
Debbie.
Unlimited cashback match.
The best AI assistant isn't one that knows the whole world. It's one that knows your world. A custom assistant built on Watson X with IBM's Granite models can leverage your trusted data, be easily trained on your workflows, and integrate with your apps. It can be tuned to do just what you need, because the more AI knows about your world, the more it can help you do. IBM, let's create.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad.
Hey, watch it.
It's from Gillette Labs. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face.
Game changer.
While the Flex, this contours to it. So the 5 blades can get virtually every hair in one stroke. For the ultimate Gillette shaving experience.
The best a man can get
is Gillette Labs.
Free Holiday Inn Express breakfast, anyone?
Express yourself. Oh, yeah. Express yourself. You don't ever need help.
Impressive.
Enjoy our free, fresh, hot breakfast any way you like. Only at Holiday Inn Express, a part of IHG Hotels and Resorts.
Ion. Electrified. Hanguk Tire.
No freezers? How unusual is this for a restaurant?
I think that that's unusual because a lot of restaurants have freezers, but we don't have freezers. We have fresh food every single day.
How fresh is fresh?
It's real food that's coming to our tables. That's what sets us apart.
Wow.
You'll never see anything like this ever again in your life. It's a one-of-one. On September 14th at Sphere, the greatest live sporting event of all time.
Let's go, baby!
Nico Imalava. Lima Lueva.
Mr. Iamalea.
The correct way to pronounce my last name is Iamaleava.
I'd learn it because it's going to roll off the tongue of college football fans everywhere. Maybe right now. Maybe starting right this minute. NC State will have it at the 25. The All-State bus here in Charlotte, helping us keep up with all the action the first weekend of the season. Kirk, what's your All-State good hands play this weekend?
Wow, just an amazing game. 35-yard field goal, 30 seconds to go for Northern Illinois. It's good. What a battle, went back and forth. Notre Dame with a chance late, 62-yarder, never had a shot. And after a week of college football, we were looking at Notre Dame last week after the A&M game thinking they've got such a big year, and they still could. But who would have ever thought this is what college football do to you? A week later at home, they lose to a MAC team in Northern Illinois who played a great game today.
You know, you wondered with the portal and some of the teams losing some of their better players up, how often you would see that action and the big upsets that have become commonplace, at least in the history of college football, and MAC stepping up and winning games like that. That was a huge one for Thomas Hammock and the Huskies of Northern Illinois.
Yeah, they came into this game 0 for 14 lifetime against top 10 opponents. So Thomas Hammock, who was a running back in his day and a great player, massive win there.
And Thomas going to the sideline, a little nicked on this night. But that was, I mean, look, I quoted him this morning, spent 10 years in the studio with him, but Lou Holtz always used to say you do not have the same team from week to week. You have a different team every week, and that's been exemplified. You and our buddy Darren Brown got the 4-box up over here. Oklahoma's in a fight. Alabama's been fighting USF all night.
Illinois beat Kansas.
Yep.
I mean, you never know. Illinois hadn't won a big game in years.
I'll tell you what I can count on is that Tennessee defensive line wreaking havoc tonight. My goodness.
Yeah, that's not going to change. West has had a great game. Again, mention the rotation, the different players that have been in there. Look at 42. Tyree West, Dominique Bailey, Omar Norman Lott, Bryson Eason, Elijah Simmons, Amari Thomas, Pierce and Josephs on the edge.
NC State hoped to be able to run the football some. They have 34 yards rushing. So many tackles for loss. Not all just because of yardage loss and sacks. So there's been some of that too. Grayson McCall gets down. And you have close to first down yardage. I think they'll be about a yard short.
Well, not only do you have the depth and the talent and the strength and quickness up front, but Tim Banks does such a good job of not really letting you have a good feel for what they're in. You know, they are very multiple. They give you a lot of looks, pre-snap to post-snap. You know, and I think the linebackers and this young secondary, you know, a few games down the road, this is going to become a complete unit. You can see why Tim Banks is so bullish and feeling that this defense has the potential to be, we got a guy down, maybe, hopefully it's a cramp there, Tennessee player.
And that is, I think that, yeah, that's Tyree West, the man who just made the play a moment ago. And certainly, you're right, Kirk, hopefully that's just a cramp or something like that, but he appears to be in agony right now. We'll check on West's condition when you come back to Charlotte.
Whoa, it's the Capital One Bank guy.
That's me.
Could we get a selfie?
Of course. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Ooh, that's a keeper.
So, what do you do outside of the Capital One Cafe?
What do you mean?
Like when you go home or...
Sleep tight. Don't let the overdraft fees bite. What's in your wallet?
Calm before the storm? No, thank you. This is Jim's time to shine. And Mike's. And Jennifer's. Helmets? Check. Drones? Check. Checking that thing we just checked? Double check. we ain't got time to chill. We're out here driving this thing. This is when we get to work to keep you connected, no matter what. Connect before the storm. Change how we weather them. Connecting changes everything. AT&T.
And Doug.
And if we win, we get to tell you how Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Isn't that what you just did?
Service!
Stand back, I'm gonna show ya how Doug and Lee roll ya. You know you gotta live it if you wanna win.
Time out.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add Mountain Cold Refreshment. Coors Light. Choose chill.
In every generation, there are those who question the status quo. Questions like, why can't chicken be slow roasted? Why can't I have shredded purple cabbage? Why can't my quesadilla have cheese inside and out? And where's my avocado verde salsa? The new era of chicken is here to stay. The Cantina Chicken Menu. Only at Taco Bell.
Allergies? With Allegra, they won't stop me. That's because nothing beats Allegra for the fastest, non-drowsy, 24-hour allergy relief. Choose Allegra.
Saturday Night Football is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Back here in Charlotte, fourth quarter, Tennessee and North Carolina State. Don't forget the U.S. Open Men's Championship match tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, ABC and ESPN+. Taylor Fritz trying to become the first American man to win the U.S. Open since Andy Roddick in 2003. Coverage begins with the men's preview show at 1 Eastern. Chris Fowler will be there.
2003.
It's amazing.
It's because Joker and Roger and Ralph have been winning them all for 20 years.
Been dominant legends of the sport. See if we can bring it home in New York tomorrow. On fourth down, Grayson McCall throws it out. Jolie stretches, and he will not get there. Jermod McCoy wrestling the big tight end down, and the strains of Rocky Top reverberating through the stadium as Tennessee stops him again.
Good discipline here on this fourth down play. Almost anticipating this ball out into the flat. He's right there. The transfer from Oregon State has some experience. Probably their most consistent corner breaking camp and getting ready. He's got good size. That time, great awareness of where this ball needed to be. And once again, this Tennessee game ball tonight, much as we talked about Nico, game ball goes to Tim Banks and a Tennessee defense. Just dominant performance.
They have been sensational. We've mentioned it a couple of times, but it bears repeating, especially with games like Oklahoma coming up, Alabama and Georgia later. They are deep on that defensive front and impressive. Not just run-of-the-mill guys up there, guys who cause major problems.
And when you throw in a healthy Keenan Peely, Arian Carter at linebacker, those guys are only going to get better and better, playing with such confidence. You imagine how they feel playing behind that defensive line. Ricky Gibson at a corner, McCoy, who you just saw, Harrison and Boo Carter, who's a true freshman at the nickel spot. We saw Will Brooks on a pick six. I mean, this defense has some guys that are going to make a lot of plays, play with a ton of confidence. And when you have a quarterback like that, it just frees you up as a defense.
Gibson, an athletic corner, didn't play last week. You want to make sure he was fully healthy and ready to go for this one. And Tennessee's trying to hang half 100 on the board and support that defensive performance tonight, Holly.
Well, it's been terrific. Tim Banks prepared this team so well. They actually were running 3 number 10s at practice to make sure that they knew where Casey Concepcion of NC State was at all times. Also, I've noticed William Inge, the new linebackers coach, who was the terrific defensive coordinator for Washington that played for a national championship. He's been terrific with these linebackers tonight. This is a well-coached defense, and you've seen it in the preparation and down here on the sideline.
Holly Concepcion, the star from NC State, has 5 catches, 53 yards. And Tennessee just keeps rolling. Deshaun Bishop now getting it inside the 20-yard line.
We were with him.
There's William.
Our crew was with William 5 times last year as we followed the Huskies' run to a national championship game against Michigan.
Really engaging guy. Got a chance to talk to him for several minutes at Media Day last year before the Michigan-Washington National Championship game. Veteran coach, a lot of wisdom, doing a great job here in his first year on Heupel's staff with the Vols. Tennessee put up 69 in the opener against Western Carolina. Now a chance to go over 50 against NC State. Still 9 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Third down coming.
And the next 3 games for Tennessee, they got Kent State, they go to Norman, and they have a bye, and then on the road to Arkansas. Josh Heupel's return to Norman, of course, where he led the Sooners to a national championship, finished second in the Heisman Trophy back in 2000. I'm sure he won't be thinking much about that. It'll just be about putting a game plan together and getting a W.
It's going to be.
It'll be cool, though.
I think it's going to be a really emotional trip for Josh, too, to go back there. And it's going to be another touchdown for Tennessee. Holden stays. The Notre Dame transfer catches the toss from Iamaleava. And Tennessee has hung half 100 on the board.
I think the rule in the neutral site games is once you get to half 100, the continuous clock, I think, starts at the rest of the ball game. That's the last I heard.
Well, the secret of great teams is to continue to play. Each play has a history and life of its own. Broadcasters, meanwhile, start looking ahead to next week.
Yeah, good time to work on a run game.
Hey, you've got a big week coming up here too.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I do.
Do I know your schedule better than you?
No, I just locked in.
Locked in here. Oh, okay. Finish strong here.
I got 3 games over here on far right. We're watching everything.
We'll keep you up to date on it. Kirk might even open the phone lines. Who knows?
All right, we're done.
We're not done.
You need more boxes.
Fast.
I can fix that fast.
Fast fixes with Phelps.
That's why you're the GOAT.
Mr. Swimming.
Human dolphin.
Or Michael.
Delivery at the speed you need.
The thrill of finding your path with the Nissan Pathfinder Rock Creek.
The thing about favorites is they're only your favorite until a new favorite tells your old favorite to beat it.
Introducing the all-new Sonic Smasher. So good, it's about to be your next new favorite.
Yo, I'm not a big fan of change, but I'm willing to try it. I gotta tell people about this.
Yo.
The all-new Sonic Smasher. Live free, eat Sonic.
Wanna live free?
I had 20 years of experience as an HR professional, and I had reached a ceiling, so I enrolled in UMGC. I would not be the person that I am today had it not been for the partnership with UMGC.
At Cracker Barrel, there are no breakfast rules because breakfast rules all day long. Like our decadent new French toast bake, topped with our famous fried apples. So come in anytime, and we'll break out the breakfast.
It's Macy's Labor Day sale with our lowest prices of the season. Shop now and save up to 60% on mattresses. Plus, get a Macy's gift card worth up to $300 with your select luxury mattress purchase. Today at Macy's.
We're in the land of the birds now.
Okay, nature boy. What's that bird then?
It's a male finch. They give seeds to females in a bonding ritual.
Wow.
Television's biggest night, the Emmys, live Sunday, September 15th on ABC.
Sunday Night Baseball, the series finale between the Diamondbacks, who are the second National League wild card team, and the American League West leading Astros. 7 Eastern on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Coverage begins 6 Eastern time with baseball tonight, Sunday night countdown. NC State's about to get the ball back. Their second half possessions have gone like this: fumble, turnover on downs, fumble, turnover on downs, and they're down 51-10.
Maleava has had a great night leading this football team. Chance to grow, get better. By the way, this NC State defense is expected to be pretty good. They give you some twists and turns, 3-3-5. But really, after the pick six, it's been all balls on both sides of the football. He's played a very efficient football. He had a couple turnovers, but for the most part, it's been very efficient. Been able to run the football, been able to find some open receivers. All in all, we hate to just make this about him, but it was really his night for the nation to see who he is. But this is really, as he would tell you, it's a Tennessee performance tonight, not just about him.
Grayson McCall's night appears to be finished. The transfer quarterback from Coastal Carolina has given way to C.J. Bailey, and C.J.'s offense pretty much wanting the same thing. Tennessee guys in the backfield. There is a flag down.
Illegal formation. Number 74 lining up in the backfield. Penalties decline. Second out.
That's 3 of those tonight for Anthony Belton as we go down to Holly.
Well, this is a really cool scene right now. You can see Mackenzie Melton. Remember him, the great UCF quarterback who had a horrific leg injury. He fought back to play again. But here he is going into the coaching profession. He has been sitting right by Nico all night long. They're watching the tablet together. And, you know, they have a really shared connection, I'll tell you, after the play.
I remember Mackenzie that night coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Transferred to Florida State. Holly?
Well, remember, Mackenzie Melton is from Hawaii. He shares that Polynesian heritage with Nico, and they have connected on a really different level. Coaches or people inside the Tennessee program tell us that Mackenzie has been fabulous for him. He trusts him. He's a guy that just barely finished playing, so they have a lot in common, and they can really speak the same language on many levels.
Well, Mackenzie Melton, it shows you how fragile a career can be. He was just scintillating at UCF, some of those great UCF teams. Suffered that terrible injury, went to Florida State, had a moment against Notre Dame, and C.J. Bailey puts it on the deck. As a youngster getting some experience here at the end of the blowout. And so Milton came off the bench and really warmed the hearts of everyone, not only just college football fans, but sports fans, because it looked as if his career might be over. Had just struggled to learn to walk again. He came back out and led that big comeback that night.
That was special. I mean, after, especially like you said, we were just forget football. Yeah. Is he going to be okay? Is he going to be able to walk? And then to come out and play the way he did that night. Very memorable evening.
6.5 to go. NC State will have to punt it away. And you start to wonder now if Nico's night will come to an end. I know he's young, needs reps and so forth, but yeah, it might be time to pull the plug on that. There's Squirrel White. Squirrel White looking for room. Let's see if he's got enough to get to the corner. Squirrel across the 45 to the 50, 45, and not quite enough real estate to turn the corner and take that one all the way back. Okay, so Josh Heupel, those of you burst onto the scene, came from junior college. The lefty led Bob Stoops' team to a national championship in 2000.
Yeah, that was a special team that Bob Stoops had. They really were underdogs for much of the year. Ended up getting into the national championship down in Miami against Florida State and Chris Wanke. And they ended up winning that game. What was it, like 14-2 or something? It was really low. 13-2.
Yeah, held in game. And that was a dynamic Florida State team. But man, that Oklahoma defense was strong, and Heupel was the quarterback they needed. And look at that's good. They're going
to update that Oklahoma first chance to win. I think all those are going to need to be updated. Can you throw that up again there, Billy? Let me just take a. look at that based on just watching these first couple of weeks. And it doesn't mean Oklahoma's a bad team. The fact that they're in a battle with Houston, Alabama at home, again, that seems to be very low to me. Georgia, forget about for a second. They're just a different team.
Worry about that one later.
Yeah, worry about that one later. But so the rest of them. But I think they're going to have a chance in every single one of these games that they're going to play. Georgia, of course, on the road in Athens will be a very, very tough game. But by then, this young team will have grown up.
Well, things may have changed by then. Gaston Moore's playing quarterback. Nico's night is done. Peyton Lewis in to run the ball for the.
Yeah, I mean, when I say young team, like the young secondary,
right.
You know, Nico getting more and more reps, just continuing to gel and grow. But
that's part of it. There are enough inexperienced parts on this team. They're certainly not a finished product, but I can't imagine a better start in these first 2 weeks. And they have the look of a team that can develop and be a contender in the SEC. What we saw from Texas today and what we saw from Georgia last week, three most impressive performances by SEC teams, a conference that has struggled overall.
Yeah.
Some of the other teams.
Would you put Miami in there?
In the ACC? I think
that was talking about impressive teams.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we really only had a chance to see them in that one game. And it was on the road in an SEC stadium. And they, I think, wowed everybody with Cam Ward and Damian Martinez coming over. Both of them transfer portal guys. I mean, that was a wow moment. Georgia last week was a wow moment. I think USC really impressed a lot of people, you know, going and taking on LSU, who, by the way, played good football, but USC found a way to win the game. Then you look today, you mentioned Texas with a big statement. You can say whatever you want about Michigan being a young team after they lost so much, but well, you and I were standing on the sideline in that atmosphere. That was a hyped-up atmosphere against the defending national champions. And I don't know, there was just something about Sark's building something special there. You know, when they went last year to Alabama, they went into that game expecting to win, you know, and I think these last 3 years, it's just been growing and growing. They came close last year, and man, they look like a team that's for real. Georgia, Texas down the road in October, that's going to be a massive.
Yeah. That F1 race in Austin that week, too.
Yeah.
It'll be up for grabs. Back to the big house this afternoon. Michigan guy on the sideline early in the game before the thing got out of hand, obviously, said this is Ohio State level noise.
Yeah,
so it was a cauldron of intensity in there that Texas just went in and quieted. Long field goal attempt for the young kicker, and Gilbert couldn't get that one to go through. That was a 53-yarder. My buddy Mike Black does such a great job spotting. Kicking expert, great Boise State kicker, said young kicker needs some reps. Give him a shot at it from way out just to let him take a swing. So 51-10, inside 4 minutes to play. Program timeline for the Big Orange. Philip Fulmer, 51-98. Now we're starting after the General Neyland era. That was a pretty good one, too. But over a 12-season span, a mixed bag there with number of coaches who had varying degrees of success. But Josh Heupel stabilized things. Had the 11-win season, and perhaps if not for the injury to Hendon Hooker, maybe they wind up in the playoff that year.
How about 11-2 with Hendon Hooker, you referred to 2 years ago? 9-4 last year. 20 wins. It's the best two-year run since going all the way back 20 years ago, 03-04. It's unreal.
It's been a while. They wandered in the wilderness for a while, but they seem to have found their way now. And they are playing hungry to the end.
This is the backup defense, and they're doing the exact same thing, running to the football, hitting people, and enjoying it, just flying around right now.
The freshman Idris Farouk was in there, wanted to make sure he got some of the action. Jones, too.
And this Tennessee defense, it's not over yet, but 134 yards they've allowed tonight. Early in the game, they allowed remember the opening drive? NC State was 3 of 3 on third down. Since then, they're 0 for 8, and they've not allowed a touchdown. Remember, it was a pick six tonight. No touchdowns for this defense in the last 12 quarters.
And their defense scored a touchdown of their own to match it. They had a pick six themselves. They had 2 pick sixes, 185 yards, 187. Forced 3 turnovers to 12 tackles for loss. It seems like twice that many. I'm sure it does to Dave Doran, Robert and I, and that North Carolina State offense, who had hopes of being able to control the ball, slow the game down, shorten it. Tim Banks and crew would have none of it. 3rd and 12. Quarterback will keep it as NC State's getting its young quarterback some action, and C.J. Bailey makes a nice run. Bailey, a freshman from Miami. It'll be a 4th down. Need 1. They haven't had much success 4th and short tonight. A 2-minute timeout. Tennessee on its way to its 2nd victory of the season. We'll wrap it up from Charlotte when you come back.
Rated E for everyone.
As a member of Navy Federal Credit Union, Frank feels financially at ease, which means he can worry about other things, like if he should look at a text during his anniversary dinner. But what if there's an emergency? What if he left the iron on? What if the house is on fire? Does the fire department text? Frank has a lot of things to worry about, but as a member of Navy Federal, his finances aren't one of them. Become a member today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Old Spice Gentleman Super Hydration Body Wash. Vanilla and shea. 24/7 moisturization with vitamin B3.
Are you using all the Old Spice?
Oops.
Arby's is full of choices. You can get your favorite stuff, 3 for $5.
Pretty good.
Incredible value. Reach in and eat whatever you grab. Arby's, we have the meats.
Hey, that's great. But who are the chefs?
Rookie mistake?
Great googly moogly.
Maybe you just need a Snickers.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I'm looking for fans with good hands and great speed. The ones who stay focused and never miss a play. They go the distance on game day, even when their team is away. I'm always watching, always looking to reward more full-time fans. Because football isn't really football without you.
Why pay too much for cable TV when it costs less for Fubo TV? Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love for the price that cable can't beat. Start watching at FuboTV.com.
You know, Coach Prime, it's nice to finally have some free time. Gives you a chance to reflect on the important things.
Like how Aflac pays people money for the expenses health insurance doesn't cover.
Health insurance does leave a gap.
But Aflac gives people money to help close that gap. Oh, Coach Prime got one on the line too, baby.
See, that's how you hold up a trophy, trust me.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Aflac is an official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
I hope y'all hungry.
I'm glad I brought my own dinner.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, celebrating the challenge of road games everywhere. Are you ready for the road? Goodyear is more driven. The lights might be sort of maize and blue, but they painted this town of Charlotte orange tonight. 2 minutes to play. Tennessee on top of NC State 51-10 in the Dukes Mayo Classic. NC State waving the white flag, punting on 4th and 2. Tennessee will make the fair catch, and from here they'll be able to run it out. This Tennessee defense has just been stifling.
It's been beautiful to watch. I mean, just if you like defense, you know, in this era of spread and offense and firepower, I find it refreshing to watch a defense fly around. Didn't have to blitz very often. They brought it when they needed to, but mixed it up. Knew coming in it would be a battle for NC State. I just love how these guys fly to the ball, play with like that reckless abandon confidence. It's going to be fun to watch them grow. We mentioned how they have Kent State. They have a bye. Then they go to Norman, Oklahoma, who incidentally, Oklahoma survived the scare from Houston. They ended up winning 16-12, so they remain unbeaten, but plenty of work to do for the Sooners.
It's when you have more and more admiration for the teams who go out and take care of their business, because it's more difficult to do now because you have some older teams spread around the country with all of the transfers. But at the same time, when you do it, you deserve the praise for it. Notre Dame wasn't able to do it. Alabama pulled away late. Oklahoma survived, you know, but Tennessee came in here against a good, solid team and flexed.
Yeah, they did. Well, you vote, right, in the AP? Where do you have them this week, last week?
I think last week, I'd have to look to see, it was somewhere around, 15, 16, 17,
okay.
somewhere in there.
What do you think
that neighborhood. I imagine they'll be in the top 10. I think they'll put them in top 10, maybe even a little bit higher.
Good job out of you.
I'm trying to, you try to reward the teams early on, you know, because it's going to be a wild fluctuation. Like I've had Notre Dame,
very volatile early.
Yeah, Notre Dame and Penn State, you know, in the top 5 or 6 after their wins last week. Then Penn State, I haven't even mentioned that. They, you know, they scuffled around. They too. So.
Yeah, the Bowling Green State Falcons gave them all they could handle there.
Yeah,
almost upset them. Yeah. Kansas State ended up winning against Tulane. They found a way.
Yep,
Mark, appreciate it.
They pulled it out. Oklahoma State, we mentioned earlier, against Arkansas. Pretty good day for the Big 12, and Arizona State is off to a good start against Mississippi State, too, early going.
Oh, that's
Super Dog, right? Yeah. How many are you getting there?
I think 5.5.
Okay.
Hey, great job, kid.
Likewise, man. A lot of fun.
Love calling the games with you.
Likewise. It's great. Chris Fowler will be back next week. He's got the U.S. Open Men's Championship coming up on Sunday, and the clock winds down and will strike 0. It's a disappointing night for Dave Doran, and a really impressive one for Tennessee and Josh Heupel. Doran waits for a minute, and there he finds Josh, and the two share a word, and boy, oh boy, Tennessee has been rolling. Holly Rowe as the star young quarterback of the Volunteers, Nico Iamaleava.
Nico, this was one of your first big true tests. He's too nice. He wants to say hello to everyone. This was one of your first big tests. How do you feel like you passed so far tonight?
Played a little sloppy in the beginning. I thought we did a good job on finishing strong in the second half, though.
The coaches talked to us about your poise and composure. Even after your mistakes tonight, you were able to get back out and have good drives. How do you move quickly past those mistakes and get better?
I think that's just something that stuck with me since I was young. You know, my dad instilled that into me to, you know, move on quick. And, yeah, man, you know, we had a little, you know, bad play in the first, I think it was second quarter. And then, you know, I had to bounce back. So.
Speaking of quick, you ran for some key first downs, showed your legs, showed your athleticism. How were you able to kind of show your skill set tonight?
Yeah, man, I think I was just taking what the defense was giving me. You know, like at my first error, I tried to squeeze that instead of just taking off. And, you know, when they drop 8, you know, I had so many answers for me, and I was just trying to force stuff. So I think second half, I settled down pretty well.
Over 100 points in your last 2 games. What's next for this offense that you can continue to connect on and improve with?
I think everything, man. We got to continue to get better this year. You know, we know what our goal in mind is. So, you know, every day, we're pushing for our goal.
I see your folks in the crowd. They're going to be here and watch you show out tonight. What does that mean to you?
It means everything, man. I love having my parents here. I have some family out here from North Carolina come out. So, yeah, I love having my family here supporting me.
Thank you, Nico.
Appreciate you, man. That's it.
7 siblings. Nico Iamaleava is the guy that Tennessee has been waiting on, their fans, and they've got an opportunity to have a big year. Final score from Charlotte, 51-10. Tennessee wins over NC State. Tonight's game was produced by the great Bill Bunnell, directed by Jimmy Platt. Equally great now, except on the West Coast. Stay tuned for your late local news over most of these ABC stations. A victorious night for Heupel and the Big Orange. For Kirk Herbstreit and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying good night from the Dukes Mayo Classic in Charlotte, where Tennessee rolled to victory.
Our mission is